J Squad.
We gotta find now what do we do? That's the first clue. Now what do we do? That's the first clue. We gotta find
Yo, what is going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Little change to the beginning of the stream. Little change. Thank you, Kimoji, as always. There's been a little bit of a back and forth in my Discord between Vincent, Martin, and Futures. This is the second time it's been brought up. Second time him and Vincent and Futures have gone at it. Where's my debate cue? Anytime, buddy, anytime. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and bring Himpleton in now. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna see what's going on, see where this is lying. Himpleton, what's going on?
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. How's Father's Day yesterday? You have a good one?
Oh, it was good. It was good. I got like a double present. I got, to hang out with my kids, and the Toastify Part 2 video came out.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, it's a double win for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to get into it, so what's going on with this with you and Vincent? Like I know.
Yeah, so
Go ahead.
no, you first. You first. You tell me what you know so far.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know much about. I just saw the post that is in question. Future
hmm
sent it on to me, and I've seen Futures going back and forth in my Discord with Himpleton, or not with Himpleton, with Vincent a couple of times. Um,
Yeah.
so I was figuring, why not bring you on, and we'll see if we can hash it out. Maybe we can get Vincent on. He hasn't answered me yet, but we'll see.
Well, it's really weird because I mean, this guy's been like acting like I'm unwilling to talk to him, which for certain things I have been, to be clear, because
Mhm.
as I'll illustrate in a second, he's not really worth my time. But I invited him on last night, and he said no, and then I explicitly told him like choose a time, we'll figure it out, I'll get him on, and he just never responded to me. So I don't know why he's acting like I'm the one who's not gonna let him on when I'm giving him whatever time he would like, and he doesn't want to do it. It's almost like he knows he's in the wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I don't
So
understand. Maybe it's after the Falgi debate. He's a little bit more um afraid, I would almost say, to go on
oh,
stream
for
with it.
sure.
So what's the tweet about? Let me pull up this tweet there, this
Yeah.
post. And here I'll
Yeah. So
share with you too.
perfect. Perfect.
You're an old
Yeah.
man.
There's a
I'm an
lot
old
of
man.
like. No, you're fine, man. Take your
Mhm.
time. There's just like a little bit of like context between both individuals that's kind of important to like fully understand it as
Mhm.
to why it's both like kind of ridiculous, a little bit funny, but also pretty annoying. Um,
There.
Essentially, to start it out while you're pulling it up,
Yeah.
the person who made the tweet is this person named Donal Torth Burgess, and they are an AI account. They are an admitted AI account. They use AI for the vast majority of their tweets, and they very much have been recently catering towards like the DDG, like Destiny sort of crowd.
Okay.
Um, and they've had a problem with me for a very long time because I suspected that they were a different member in the community named Starbased, who has like a lot of lore to
Yeah.
them, and is just like, this terrible guy, whatever. Um, as it turns out, from everything that I've seen, I no longer like fully believe that, which is why I haven't really been asserting that claim as of recently. Um, but regardless, AI account, it hates me because I called it out for, co-signing food shops and, saying very like positive things about food shops. I don't know if you know who that is, but food
Yeah, I
shops
know
is a
who Food Shops
self-admitted
is.
pedophile. Right.
Right.
So it it was very like it was very hypocritical to me to be calling people pedophiles and then be signal boosting and giving positive attention towards a self-admitted pedophile.
Right.
Um, and on top of that, Denal is also says that they're very anti-doxing and yet has posted people's face doxes and has further threatened to dox people and said that I threatened to dox them, which is just ridiculous because I would never do something like that. So they sling around like false information and just terrible accusations and kind of do a practice called like clip chimping, where they kind of
Mhm.
just take people out of context in order to further their agendas and stuff like that. So they have this very long-winded post about me here. But obviously the part that I really take issue with is calling me a CSAM hoarder. I'm obviously, I'm like, that's not cool to me.
Right.
And further, it's usually Denal is the kind of person that I ignore, but because of the fact that Denal has been getting a lot of attention from like the DDG crowd, who, as I'm sure you know, is extremely vindictive and is willing to, potentially signal boost and like, bring people down that they don't agree with. I just wasn't super thrilled about that, and I'm not gonna let like an allegation like that lie. And so but I did ignore it for the time. But then Vincent, responds to that and essentially like furthers the larger part of that post, and doesn't like try to make any retraction or correction to me being a CSAM hoarder. And to me that is a soft advocation for that claim. Um, and that was kind of where my whole problem was. It's really not like crazy deep or anything. It's just like a principle,
Yeah.
right? Like if somebody's going to respond to that, like the thing that I told Vincent, and I told him this in like the Twitter replies, I was like, dude, I don't like you at all. I think you're a giant schizo. And I'll explain kind of the origin of Vincent in just a second. But like, point is, don't like the guy. I think he's a bit of a schizo. But like, if I ever saw somebody saying something like this, like that he's hoarding CSAM, I would respond and, I'd be like, if it's a serious allegation, obviously, I'd be like, dude, I don't like this guy as much as the next guy, and I'll agree with this point, this point, this point, or whatever. But like, this guy's not a CSAM hoarder. Like, it's unfair to call this guy like a pedophile. Like, this is crazy. Um, so, I would do that just surely out of principle, even if I don't like the guy. And so I find it to be very dishonest from Vincent, who kind of acts like he's like the one honest guy in commentary to be doing something like this.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like at the very least, I would ignore it. I don't know that I would message what he
Right.
messaged here, right? So I
Right.
know
Like
he
I
was
don't need him to
your
like correct it. It's just
yeah.
like if you're gonna like if you're going to respond to it at all, you should probably correct it. Otherwise just kind of ignore it, right? You can make your
Yeah.
own post about how you think I'm like a hypocrite or something.
Yeah, yeah. If it became something more, and then I would give my fair opinion on it, and I think that's valid. Now he was one of your mods, wasn't he, at some point?
He was a fan of me. He started out as a fan of me,
Oh,
interestingly enough. Um, and slowly over time, I'm not exactly sure why, but he self-admittedly, like he has at points in group chats and VCs when asked about this, said that he uh like is so harsh to me because he feels like spurned by me in some way. And like I guess our past like perceived friendship, when to me, I mean, it kind of felt more parasocial than anything. Like I it was pretty one-sided. The guy would, mod for me, and he was like I don't know that I would consider him a friend, but he, certainly helped with my channel, which I did appreciate at the time. Um, and then slowly he just kind of showed more and more of his colors and just kind of being like a bit of a schizo. Whether that was, just kind of doing some of the same tactics that I was talking about earlier, like kind of clipping people out of context, trying to make points out of stuff that isn't really a point. He's just extremely like anti-commentary. And so part of it, in my opinion, is when I kind of started to go on the rise, um, after like in 2025 or so, I kind of became one of the people who to him was like a perceived like bad member of stuff, and like I think he says that I'm like reckless and like hypocritical. I don't know. There's a laundry list of stuff that he has
Y-
against me. But
yeah. I
the
remember
funny thing
him.
about it is, oh, sorry, you go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, no, no. So yeah, I remember him talking about like when you went through your what do we call it, Joker phase?
Yeah, the Joker arc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the arc. He said he had some involvement there. I remember us talking about it. But I
yeah.
don't remember the conversation fully. But yeah, I didn't. He does have a problem with what he calls new commentary because he's still a big fan of who's the old fuck? Uh, Diorio's friend, old army guy.
Uh, Tommy T.
Tommy C. Yeah, he's still a big fan of
Hmm.
Tommy C, and he thinks those guys are good commentary and the rest of them are bad.
That's funny. I don't think any of us are good or bad. I think all of us make mistakes. I think all of us are stupid to a degree. I mean, like, I'm a great example of that. Like, I don't know how much you know about any of that stuff in terms of like the whole Joker era stuff. I'm very open to talking about it. Like,
I
you know,
remember
for
watching it
me.
go down. I was watching,
Yeah.
like, I was a big fan. I'm still, I would say, a fan of Chud. I don't watch him as much as I used to,
Yeah, yeah,
'cause,
Chet's great.
yeah. So I was watching him and Dickers during that whole thing. I don't remember much about it, but
I
stuff
mean,
happens.
I mean, TLDR, just for anybody who doesn't know, like I was, pretty fresh out the boat in terms of rehab from a drug addiction, and I shouldn't have been streaming at all. And I was just making a lot of really reckless mistakes that culminated into me kind of having like a manic breakdown that got leaked to the public. Um, and then I took some months off and then came back and, am a normal, stable guy like everybody else. So that's
Yeah, I
kind of the deal.
remember something around the. I remember hearing the message that you were wanting to gay up. I remember hearing that,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was a big thing. Yeah. Yeah, I did gay up just a robot,
yes, yeah.
which yeah. So yeah, yeah.
I mean, who
That was
hasn't
one
at
of
this
the
point, I
really
suppose.
stupid things I did. Yeah, I mean it's more the fact that like I wanted more out of it, and so when confronted about it and asked like was I gay upping Jar, I was like no, 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 I wasn't. Haha, no.
Hmm.
And then I got 11 more calls out of it, so I mean it wasn't
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't a huge deal, but
Well, I can definitely see that happening when because you get into, like, especially if you're involved in a drama, you want more info, right? You want to be the guy to put out
yeah,
that info. So sometimes you overstep, but yeah, it's there and gone, and it seems like you've been doing well since then, right? I
yeah,
haven't
yeah. I mean
particularly.
I think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I
No, you're
said I
fine.
haven't watched your streams like personally on mine, but I have seen you streaming a lot more regularly
Yeah.
than I had in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really lucky to be at a point where I'm doing YouTube full time, and things are going well. I don't understand why people watch me myself personally, but it's going well. It's
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot.
Good, good. Yeah, you and me both, brother. You and me both. Well, okay. So I haven't gotten a hold of Vincent, or he's at least not answering back to me. Would you be up for coming on to talk to Vincent about it if I can get him to come on? I'll be like the little moderator.
Mm,
I'll be fair to
Yeah,
both of you.
I think that that's probably the best way to do it, honestly, because I think that I just don't think that it's gonna be one of those things where he's gonna be a man enough to come onto my stream. So I think it's probably going to be better if there's a neutral moderator involved.
Yeah, yeah, and he's in my stream. I've been on his streams. We've talked back and forth usually about the culture war and anti-woke topics. So maybe I can get it on there. It'll feel like neutral ground, and y'all can hash this out and
Perfect.
get something out of it. All
Well,
right.
the funny thing about it is, and I'll say this before I go, because I'm sure you have other stuff to go over, but we've actually spoken before, like in VCs, about his problems with me. And, I wish I had a recording for it, but I'm not that type of guy to record in a private setting most of the time. And we had this conversation where I just was like, dude, what is your problem with me? Like, why do you hate me so much? And he it was really funny because he listed off a bunch of reasons, and I asked him to like cite his sources, and he just couldn't. And then by the end of the conversation, he admitted that he is just an asshole and that he kind of does it for fun. So to me, I'm not really expecting much. I'm not expecting much substance to be there, but nonetheless, I'm more than happy to come onto your stream and hash it out for sure.
Awesome, awesome. Well, there you go, Vincent. If you watch this, feel free to come on. Bring what you've got that you hate them. We can hash it out, right? You don't have to come back. You don't have to become friends, right? I'm not doing the same thing I was doing with Jeff, where I feel like he owed an apology to Futures. But you can come on, hash it out, neutral place. So feel free. Yeah, I'll let you know if he reaches out to me.
For sure. Yeah, keep me posted. Feel free to add me and DM or just let me know in the server either way.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You got anything else you wanna bring up, either about his situation or?
No, man. You just you have a great rest of your stream, and hope you enjoy your night.
You too, buddy. You too.
All right. Thanks for having me on.
Mhm. All right, so there's Hempleton saying his piece about what happened. I mean, you look at these posts right here that we got, and knowing that this is even not knowing that this is an AI account, you can tell this is just someone saying shit. Morale and Hempleton exposed ultimate commentary frauds, hoarding CSAM. Like, does anyone believe an account that comes up like this and just says things? Morale is a degenerate failed streamer who has been canceled 4 times and forced to rebrand. Has Morale rebranded? I didn't know that. He poses as a moral gatekeeper while hiding his own gross interactions with underage girls. Now, like, the only thing that I know of with Morale was, and I wasn't even like watching that particular drama or that particular step, is there was someone who was like 12 days, 16 weeks, 35 minutes from, you know, being like 18, which it seems like it got resolved. He seems like he was a little bit more of a what do you say? It's like maybe a sex pest, a little creepy in chat with people. Or at least that's what some of the op block tried to pull for it. But like, just why interact with this account at all? And even like with this comment, I was in one of these calls. Romeo, one of H's mods, asked for some backup and trying to look into a weirdo. I go in to present what I know about this map defender. Someone was bored by this. Morale started fighting with Slime Beast, and I sort of just left the call after a bit. So like, what is this? I guess it's supposed to be a call. I don't think I'm going to go find this 2-minute phone call because I don't know that it's that serious. But like, what does this help in the situation to bring up this, you know, this situation underneath like a very crazy claim that somehow Hempleton and Morale are pedophiles that are hoarding CSAM, right? So, Vincent, like I said, if you hear it, you can talk to me in private. You can come on and we can talk about it, just me and you, or if you want to bring Hempleton on and do it that way, you know, we can work it out. It may be a fun little conversation. May get past it with somebody who you used to, you know, like watching. Then we'll go for that. We'll be getting on after I come home from work so that we can talk about Chibi stuff. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and watch your video on Chibi reviews, just because I don't think I'd rather you not be there while I'm watching that video. And then hopefully by then you're going to be here and we can bring in you and your buddy. Just hop into the waiting room and let me know once you get in there. All right. All right. So that was that little talk with Hempleton. But now we're going to move on to some Chibi review stuff. So at the end, we're going to be watching the Rob's Media video on it. Kimoji has said that it seems like it's just more of the same stuff that we know about Chibi. So I'll take a look at it. I've covered Chibi before and his kind of history. Did some research on him to see what was out there. Nothing deep, nothing like crazy. It's just me reading through stuff that was already there. But I saw this. Simon sent this over. He's got a video made. Chibi reviews versus Demenishki. Situation is the dumbest thing ever. Chibi is a cry bully. Well, we all know he's a cry bully. So this should be entertaining to see. My history with Chibi is occasionally watching a video about him talking about specific Demenishki. Thank you. About him talking about a specific topic about a certain anime and manga I'm a fan of. That's how I think a lot of people. Did EGAD go over his kiwi farms? That's funny. Well, maybe we'll hear her name on here, and we can go with that, right? All All right, so we'll go ahead and play the video and go from here. I am actually going to, for this time, because I didn't last time, we're going to put the game in the background. So let's do this, because I want to play some RimWorld in space, but it's not RimWorld. Let's shrink it down a little bit. We can shrink it down a little bit. Boom. And library, Space Haven. I was actually playing a little bit today. And it's just such a good game. I don't think, like, obviously it's not as detailed as say, what's the word for it? It's not as detailed as like RimWorld is, but I mean, it just went 1.0, right? So I'm hoping we'll see more for it, more DLCs. I hope it really expands. But while I'm playing this, let's listen to some Simon.
I'm
Friend of the channel, Simon.
extremely uncomfortable with NSFW art of me. But why did you make your VTuber look like that? Just because I like sexy or hot things doesn't mean I want to see porn it's just a VTuber. Who do you think of when you see it?
This level of virtue signaling has stun-locked me. Look at the repost.
Wait, gee, aren't you the guy whose fiance literally cheated on you and your whole friend
Bringing
group
up the
sided with her?
fiance.
LMFAO.
Only guarantee my cuckoldry the safety.
Ooh boy, it looks like I finally have an excuse to finally talk about everybody's favorite internet.
Chibi is such like a character, man. The things that have happened to Chibi reviews are kind of insane. Did all my power go out? What's going on here? Boop. Nope, we're good.
Lolcow, Chibi Reviews, aka Mr. Bone Cuck Chair himself. Now I'll be honest, Chibi has been on my radar for a
Oh yeah? Wherebell, you're the one that made it? Okay, okay. Now, are you the one? You're the one that's coming on with us, right? Because if so, you can jump in before Simon gets here. You can go ahead and jump in if you want, and join with this one, right? Didn't even credit him. Uh-oh, very Noah-coded of you, Simon. Very Noah-coded.
while now, as in long before his descent into Lolcow status. Reason why I've avoided covering him on this channel for so long, however, is because his situation was just that sad and pathetic that I didn't deem it worthy of my time, especially when everybody and their grandma was milking him for everything he's worth and have made better videos going into detail as to why this guy is on Lolcow. Now, I'm not going to go over the history of Cuckibi Reviews since there's already plenty of material out there regarding that, though I will point you to Debur Garag, who made some pretty solid videos covering Chibi Reviews and most of his bullshit.
Maybe we'll have to go check him out.
Today, though, I want to focus on one specific drama he recently got himself involved into with a VTuber by the name of Demenishki, or for short,
Demenishki.
Since this entire thing only blew up after Chibi decided to make a flimsy call-out post and got absolutely violated by Demi when she decided to clap back at him. So yeah, let's get right into it, shall we?
I got myself in quite a bit of drama, guys. I got flashbanged with Rev making a video about my current situation and the drama I'm in with a VTuber that is pretty well known in the content creation space.
Jesus Christ, you and the Rev
Basically,
clips.
My first ever interaction with this VTuber was late last night when I saw a post from her saying that she doesn't like any NSFW artwork of herself. And obviously, even if you disagree with that, that's understandable. However, hours after this initial post, she retweets a NSFW art piece of herself as well, and basically I and many others decided to start calling her out for that. And obviously, when you start calling someone out because you point out that they're kind of being a hypocrite, pretty much you would expect someone to probably reply to you and try to, answer those claims. Try to answer, basically what you're trying to question. Like, why are you being a hypocrite right now? But instead of the VTuber pretty much answering the questions or even trying to clarify, they decided to start off their opening statement against me as a personal attack. Basically saying, oh, are you the guy that got cheated on? Oh, you're the guy that had his entire friend group abandon you, and then did LMAO. And, this entire situation really just goes to show what type of person
Okay, I'll turn it down. Hold on.
I was dealing with an individual that instead of addressing the situation, instead of answering my question, their first initial reaction is to throw insults and
Welcome,
personal
Egad,
attacks
by the
against
way.
someone to basically slander their character, to make it seem like their argument isn't important at all.
Firstly, you made a flimsy call-out post by maliciously cropping out half the image to make it look like Demi was reposting actual NSFW art.
Oh,
which
no.
She wasn't.
Just a reminder, this is supposed to be a 31-year-old grown-ass man. maybe it's a shorty complex he's got.
Given that this was a fully clothed piece of her character, which I will put up on screen right now. A little sexy and skimpy in nature for sure, but no different than a woman posting herself in a bikini. Which, hate to break it to you, Jacob, but that's not what most people think of when talking about NSFW art. Secondly,
Yeah, it's probably what most people don't think of, but me being the prude that I am, I would consider that pretty NSFW.
made an entire ass video going into autistic detail about how your fiance cheated on you with your best friend of 10 years and how you planned on offing yourself after the fact, which is peak lolcow behavior. The internet doesn't need to know every aspect of your sad and pathetic life, and if you don't want people using that information as a means to make fun of you, then maybe don't publicly share it online, let alone throw yourself a 16-minute pity party where you try to sympathy bait your audience and have monetization enabled on that video.
If this would never happen to me, but like if I ever got in that situation, I would hope I still had like one friend who would be like, don't post that shit, bro. That's fucking dumb. Like who thought that this would be some kind of win, like a dig back at his girlfriend? What it was, I know what it was. What Chibi Reviews wants above all else is for people to like him. He pretends with the whole idea of like, I'm, my haters hate me and I live by my haters and all that, but he wants sympathy. So he will constantly do this where he's getting doxxed and harassed and blah, 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 because he wants to see the sympathy comments, right?
This is the type of shit the internet made fun of Boogie2988 for, and guess what? You're no different, buddy. At this point, most of the shit you deal with is purely self-inflicted, since you don't know when to shut the fuck up and stop feeding the trolls.
So the initial post where this all began, I did a little bit of digging on kind of why she even posted this to begin with, and the initial artist that posted artwork of her, she contacted them and had them remove their post from Twitter, and they took it down. Pretty much kind of, more or less, if it wasn't archived by, let's say, Rule 34 or anything, the art piece it became lost media, which is kind of crazy, honestly, especially since, like, I talked about censorship and, self-censorship and stuff a lot. It's stuff that kind of stings me the wrong way when I was looking.
These guys have no idea what actual censorship is. There's like a flap of clothing added to a character, and they're like, censorship! That's just not what it is, right? Chibi Reviews doesn't care about censorship. He cares about his porn.
Looking into it deeper.
And what the fuck is your point? She was setting boundaries, and the artist respected those boundaries by removing the art that she didn't like.
True.
Now, whether or not that discussion happened privately or in public is irrelevant. Not to mention that this post that you flimsily tried calling out for being hypocritical was made because of other NSFW variants that the artist made, which included one with a way more revealing outfit and another involving nudity and actual sex. Now, I'm not going to show these variants uncensored for obvious reasons, but
Thank
this
you,
is
Simon.
why
Thank
she made
you.
her
You're saving
post
me.
in the first place. She even clarified what she meant in a subtweet under that same post, that she doesn't have an issue with sexy art of her model and only has a problem with porn.
I just feel like there's so many other content creators who'd love to have artists draw them in that way, and it's a wasted effort towards me too. But I'd like to make this clear. I'm completely okay with sexy stuff, cause I love sexy hot women. I just don't like porn.
And before I see any of you morons say,
"Oh, she was only clarifying after Chibi called her out,"
her subtweet came 6 hours before Chibi's bad faith call-out post. So get the fuck out of here with that nonsense.
But basically, the viral post that went viral from this VTuber, and I commented on as well, that got her initial reaction to basically personally attack me, she made that viral post pretty much shitting on that artist.
"Why the fuck you lying? Why?"
And so the artist decided to remain radio silent, neutral, didn't say anything.
"Why you always lying?"
But
I'm hoping he's going to show this stuff and not, well, okay, a rev clip.
obviously, me and many others started calling her out for her hypocrisy because of her just retweeting artwork. And basically, upon this, I come to find out that the artwork that she did retweet, by the way, was the very same person that took down their artwork for her, and the only reason why the initial artist even made a post talking about the situation after all this went down was because I commented on it, basically saying in their own words, I was the last straw.
Okay, I feel I have to address this now because I've been seeing gimmick accounts, drama tubers, and horrible people saying some disgusting stuff, and I think I'm on their side. I am not. I wasn't aware of her stance on porn of her model. After seeing this tweet, I apologized in private, deleted the original tweet where I drew porn of her, model. But she retweeted your post anyway. It's from my SFW account. It's spicy, but clearly a pinup, not porn, and not the one she's talking about. But she said she doesn't like NSFW. That's clearly counts. She elaborates that she dislikes porn of her stuff, not spicy art. But Rule 34, if it exists, there's porn of it. True, but it's her model and her rules, and I don't want to be the type of person that draws porn of someone's OC out of spite. Seeing my name on fucking Chibi Reviews was the last straw. Is this guy fucking retarded? It's the last straw because he didn't want to talk about it. He had already settled it with her. He had only settled it with her. What the fuck are you talking about? This is bad on you, Chibi. This is bad on you. Oh, you might be very interested about Rev that I'll share when I come on. Yeah, I'm down for it. Like, are you kidding me? You're the drama tuber he's talking about. He's not on your side. He respected her rule, right? She says she doesn't like the porn of it. She asked him to take it down. He didn't have to. No, he didn't have to. This isn't a case of censorship. She didn't strike his art to take it down. She went to him and said, "Hey man, I don't like porn made of me. Do you mind taking these down?" Like, are you kidding me? Like, Chibi, you fucking killed your own argument here.
So basically, this artist more or less clarified that they didn't give a rat's ass that they were being slandered, that the VTuber that, they made artwork for out of their own will, that wasn't even commissioned, was shitting on them. But instead, because I came to their defense and was calling out this VTuber for being a hip.
Have you seen the Harmful Opinions video on Chibi? Chibi has his own Kiwi Farms operation going on. I think he's a bit desperate to create content, and that's why this stuff happens. He's been on Kiwi Farms for a while. In fact, when I first did my research and did a video or did a stream on Chibi Reviews, that's where I got the vast majority of my information. Like, he has an incessant need to talk about all of his problems and cry about it. Whether it's for attention, or not. I can't say for certain, but he can't shut up about it, even when he has bomb threats sent to him and the FBI actually stops something, right? So he's the very definition of like a cry bully. He cries about what people does to him, and then he pretends to like grandstand on it and say how tough he is and he'll never back down to him or anything like this. No, talking about his page, but the incident where he doxed someone who threatened him. Oh, yeah. I haven't seen that stuff about it yet, so maybe we'll have to pull up that tweet. I've seen it online where he was in a chat that got leaked, that he was trying to like dox people, right? Dox people that threatened him or things like that. So yeah, quote unquote threatened. So we may have to pull that up if he went over it. Did you go over it on your show too? Someone said you were looking up his Kiwi Farm stuff too.
Hypocrites, they decided to basically make a stance against me and block me. Now, I don't care if someone blocks me at the end of the day. It's not that big of a deal. I get blocked by everybody pretty much because they don't like what I have to say. Fair. But the point of the matter is instead of, addressing this content creator pretty much slandering you, you decide to come after the guy that's more or less being defensive of you, trying to defend you. Instantly block the comment.
But she didn't slander him at all. It was a mass report. Oh, that's what that was. Yeah, and flagging. That's what that was. I haven't seen the doxing stuff yet. That would be interesting. It wouldn't surprise me that he's kind of that person at all. I went through his Kiwi Farms page, but that was before the recent stuff. It was more me getting an idea of what kind of person he is. Yeah. I mean, his page is pretty thorough on what kind of person he is. Yeah, totally performative. He like this is like the idea of like comprehension levels. Like you have comprehension problems. This artist wasn't slandered by her. She just said she didn't like that kind of art. She didn't like the porn art, and all she did was ask him to remove it. Like this isn't difficult to understand.
Comments, by the way, when they start getting called out for the hypocrisy, but also how vile the VTuber is for using personal attacks against me. And so the response of the artist, as I already
showed, it's vile to say the truth that you got cheated on by your girlfriend who left, your fiance who left you for your best friend. That you're so pathetic that your best friend banged your girl and all of your friends, all of your IRL friends abandoned you because of it.
Was to lock the entire comment section and block me for I could not respond in any single way.
Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Bull fucking shit. She never once shat on the artist and was clearly setting boundaries with her audience on what sort of fan art she's okay with. The artist blocked you because you're a piece of shit and because you were trying to stir up drama over absolutely nothing. Now, whether or not people choose to respect those wishes is purely on them, and she's well aware that there's nothing she can do about that and doesn't go out of her way to prevent it. But to say that Demi was shitting on this artist and that they removed those NSFW variants because you called out Demi for being a hypocrite is a bold-faced fucking lie.
R.I.P. I was not aware on her stance on NSFW. I apologize.
You're genuinely the GOAT.
I feel like I have to address this now because I've been seeing gimmick accounts, drama tubers, and horrible people saying some disgusting stuff and thinking I'm on their side. I am not. I wasn't aware on her stance on porn of her model. After seeing this tweet, I apologized in private and deleted the original tweet where I drew porn of her model. But she retweeted your post anyway. It's from my SFW account, it's spicy, but clearly a pinup / not porn and not the one she's talking about. But she said she doesn't like NSFW. That clearly counts. She elaborates that she dislikes porn of her stuff, not spicy art. But Rule 34, if it exists, there's porn of it. True, but it's her model and her rules. Yeah. I don't want to be the type of...
In the long run, the artist didn't have to take it down, right? There's nothing requiring the artist to take it down. Nothing she could really do. It's transformative whether you like it or not, right? Whether you like it or not. But obviously this artist liked her thought, like, if he thought she was being some kind of like disrespectful, if she thought he was being some kind of disrespectful, she probably could have just flat out, let me turn that down a little bit. Oh man, like he could have said it, like, yeah, it was a courtesy, she asked nicely, but Chibi is trying to turn it into this idea that she's fucking crazy bitch who tried to censor art of her because Chibi couldn't goon to it. I mean, I don't know what to say, right?
Person that draws porn of someone or someone's OC out of spite. Seeing my name on fucking Chibi reviews was the last straw. I'd appreciate if everyone would just move on with their day, as I have like this morning.
You're a dishonest scumbag, Chibi, and so is Rev for that matter. But that's not exactly a big revelation.
Got it. You can't go one video without it, can you? You can't go one video without mentioning Rev.
Follow my coverage of soy.
Is it not that loud? Here, I'll turn it up.
The initial story ended a few hours ago. But now, since then, the VTuber in question has made a public post about it, and has now went on to basically say that they are, they're not sorry, they don't care at all, which is fair. I mean, why would you care about someone you don't really know? But they pretty much, more or less, double down on the insults against me.
I was too busy in Japan to see what happened in Twitter. What I meant by NSFW, since a lot of people are confused, I'm okay with lewd, never have not been okay with it. I just don't like seeing people fuck people. To me being a bitch, that's nothing new. I've never been nice to, and I guess there's more to it because he's not going to show up. Are we talking about the, yeah, we're talking about the dim stuff. Hold on one second. Cool. Boom. All right. Anyways. So you're a massive bitch who mocks people for traumatic events that made them suicidal. Got it. Good to know. If you actually didn't bother to do any introspective, you're a sad person, and it speaks to your true nature. Yeah, honestly, if we're talking about Chibi here, I just don't sincerely care. I was genuinely surprised he was the guy. Okay. Yeah, we covered it a little bit. I got Hempleton on, and I talked to Hempleton. It doesn't look like Vincent's going to come on tonight, but I'll see if he wants to come on at another night. I told him to watch the video, or watch that clip and see where it goes from there. What's going on, Patrick? Is Vincent Markin a DDGer? No, I don't think he's a DDGer. He kind of floats like he's kind of in the realm of being a fan with like Tommy C. I would say Nick Diorio, people like that. I don't know what space you would call him into. Like we do anti-woke stuff from time to time. He does talk about some culture war things and stuff like that. That's how I met Vincent in this space, and you know, he's been in my Discord since close to the beginning of when I started.
You know, what they said, and pretty much reaffirmed that she is not a...
So yeah, is this the same artist? Is that the same artist? Yeah, I've seen him comment on your stuff too. Yeah, not everyone falls neatly into the camp. I've never seen him do anything with DGG, so you know, I don't think he is, right? Is this the same artist? Oh no, it's not the same artist. This is just someone else. This is just some Chibi Reviews fan, right? or another VTuber who's just mad that she made fun of Chibi. Get fucked. I think it was pretty funny.
Doesn't care at all, which basically means that all of her previous statements that she cares about her fans, she cares about men in general, is most likely more or less fluff and lies just to be able to siphon money off of you.
いや、今のはなかなかだった。
Dude, shut the actual fuck up. You of all people are the last person to be talking about siphoning money from your viewers when you literally scammed your audience. Twice. The first time out of 17k for a lawsuit that never happened, and the second out of 10k for a move that has yet to happen and probably never will. Hell, this is such a commonly known thing about you that even Demi is aware of it.
Dang.
So get the fuck out of here with that hypocritical bullshit, you fleecing little cunt fuck. Also, we all know that you little idiots don't give a flying fuck about Men's Mental Health Awareness Month and only use it as a way to dunk on Pride Month.
Which is just, we see this a lot. Pretty much we see this a lot from a lot of different female content creators in the space, to where they play the line of, having their model very sexualized and having this artwork made of them, but they like to keep a line to where they don't want to be fully that, because they want to keep that, innocence, but they also want to play the line of simps coming after them, and in this case, that's basically what's going on.
That's what you want. That's like your whole thing is like, the problem is she's not porn riddled enough, so he can't put her on his fucking his little Twitter thread with all of the goon material he needs from day to day. Like,
is that she is someone that is trying.
Is Demi a man? Happy Men's Day to my fellow men. Is she a man? They a man?
Trying to play people, trying to basically say that she cares about guys and men and stuff like that, but in reality,
and she ain't a child. Fair enough.
It proves she doesn't really care whatsoever. And I feel like this is pretty concerning for someone that tries to be on the quote-unquote tolerant and good side.
Tolerant and good side? Bro,
thanks, Josh.
Demi is politically neutral and is the farthest thing from a political VTuber, so stop trying to turn this into a culture war thing, because this ain't it, chief. Also, her making fun of you doesn't mean that she doesn't care about men's mental health. She doesn't care about you, because you're a piece of shit and a loser. Therefore, she doesn't care about you specifically.
You never know what women could be men online anymore, especially with them be switching them parts. True. It's not as cut and dry as it is. Like it used to be. You go back to Bangkok and you may find yourself with a lady boy.
Jacob.
But it doesn't just end here. We gotta circle back around to her personally attacking me, which I have left out until the very end of this video. But I find it very ironic and hypocritical that she goes out of her way to say she doesn't want people to talk about her situation, which once again Rev covers in his video pretty well, link in the description, but she pretty much doesn't want to be attacked. She doesn't want anyone to comment on her previous relationships because her previous boyfriend, by the way, stabbed her. So, and she got back with him, by the way. She got back with an abusive boyfriend that stabbed her.
Listen, I have a very mixed audience. We have people from all walks of life, right? I try to keep it as mixed as possible. That way y'all will argue in my Discord and I can enjoy it.
Glass house, man. Absolute glass house situation. What do you mean you're going to personally attack me after you said a few months back or a year or two ago that you don't want anyone bringing up your past, but you literally get stabbed by your ex, you get back with your abusive ex, and you're still with your ex, which you clarify in the latest post.
So what? Now you're going after her relationships. You're basically like challenging her abuse out. Well, why'd you go back to him? Like, there's, I don't know what their current relationship is. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Yeah, I agree. If you fucking get stabbed by your boyfriend, you shouldn't go back. But we don't know that situation, right? At least he has a partner. True.
Absolutely freaking bonkers.
Now I'm of the mind.
But this is I don't know. I guess he's trying to bring this up because she said he fucking lost his girlfriend to his best friend, so he's trying to come back at it.
Mindset that if you don't want people weaponizing aspects of your personal life against you, then don't publicly share that information on the internet. If you're going to trauma dump in public forums online, then at that point, people using that information against you is fair game. And that goes for both Chibi and Demi. Difference is that Demi doesn't make being a perpetual victim her whole personality. Unlike Chibi here, whose entire thing is him constantly rage baiting people, then playing victim and monetizing it when people decide to make fun of him. But when it comes to this particular point, both parties have dirt on their nose, though the amount of shit Demi has on hers is nothing compared to Chibi.
The level of self-destruction on full display from this VTuber is on a magnitude I haven't seen in a very good long while, because I would like to remind everybody, this began a few days ago where I called this VTuber out as a hypocrite and a virtue signaler because she was posting NSFW of her VTubing model, even though hours prior to that, she said that she had a complete issue with NSFW being made of her VTuber.
Right, but she's stated that she has a very specific line, right? She reclarified before you even said anything that she has a very specific line when it comes to like NSFW, right? She doesn't want to see full out porn, but she's okay with outfits that make her look sexy. So, I mean, what you're just saying is bullshit. Because she's already stated what it is, Chibi.
Tubing model. So many people, including myself, called her out for this hypocrisy. And ever since then, she has just been outright spiraling. She has used personal attacks against me, dragging up basically, you know, how I got cheated on and my friends abandoning me at the beginning of...
Yeah, but you put that all over the internet for people to say, right? You made the video. You thought it was a great video. You posted it online. And now you're being fucking made fun of for it. So yeah, welcome to the internet. That's what happens.
Of this year. Then on top of that, she is now bringing up fake screenshots, fake tweets that have been proven to be fake to try to slander me and using the exact same word and rhetoric that Kiwi Farms uses against me.
Oh no, not Kiwi Farms.
By the way, that is a notorious site that basically slanders,
got more holes than a
Chicago
citizen,
harasses, sends death threats, and everything in between the people to ruin someone's life. That same rhetoric is now what this VTuber is using against me. Like I...
Well, yeah, that is the thing. Like, he hasn't brought up why his friends turned against him. Like, what reason is there that they chose the guy who slept with his girlfriend over the guy whose girlfriend cheated on him, right? That's usually you can get sympathy from your friends if you are the one cheated on, right? Bro, if Kiwi Farms was doing the same thing to her, he would be for it. Oh, 100%. He would probably bring up her Kiwi Farms page. They only hate Kiwi Farms because it's talking bad about them. The moment though it becomes about someone else, they're all for it, man. And if you don't know my opinion on Kiwi Farms, I don't care. Like, that they log people online. It's perfectly legal for them to log. I would prefer if they didn't put people's doxed information on them that can cause them to be harassed. But ultimately it's up to them, right? Chibi is falling into the trap of thinking the Kiwi Farms is some hive mind. It's really no different than Reddit. Often the people with dirt on people are like 2 to 3 former fans who dislike locales. Yeah, honestly, it generally is. From what I've heard of, the stabbing was accidental, not abuse. That's interesting. That is very interesting. I might have to see if I can get this up. If anyone knows her, I'd like to like confirm that that's what it is. Just because it would be great to hear it from her mouth.
Said the self
maybe she does in her response.
Is on an entirely different level, and everybody is seeing it. And I would like to point something out that's very interesting here. So this tweet that you see on screen is the original tweet that she posted about me slandering me and posting the fake screenshot. And if you scroll to the comments, you can see people like Powder, for instance, calling her out. You can see Straub, which is Rev's wife, calling her out. A bunch of...
So all of the people on your side, right? The people that no one else is going to care about because we all think they're all lol cows anyway. I would like to be able to read that fucking tweet that she sent. I guess I can go and find it, but it would be nice if you could read it on screen, since you seem to have a habit of posting stuff that says the opposite of what you're saying in your video.
Of individuals calling her out and even showcasing the original source of the edited screenshot is this post that I made back in 2024, going to Walmart and seeing a kangaroo. Very cute little screenshot I have and all that. But the point of the matter is that she was getting called out for the fake screenshot that she was using to basically imply that I was a PDF, a criminal that would harm people. But upon being called out for this fake screenshot, she just...
At a certain point, when you've done so much stuff, like when you're the final boss of Lolicon and incest porn, I mean, people can come to an assumption about you. Hey, hope you're doing well. How did the Hempleton and Vincent Martin thing go? Well, Vincent's not coming on. We talked to Hempleton for a little while on his side of it. We talked about the tweet, a little bit of his history with Vincent. Vincent may come on another day. We'll see what Vincent says about it, all right?
Decided to edit the post and remove all of these comments. If you don't know what I mean by that and how Twitter...
I've also stated that if Vincent wants to come on, I can bring Hempleton on and I will be, a moderator for them to talk this out, right? Now, they don't have to come back liking each other out of it, but maybe they can talk about it a little bit and, get to the point where they don't have to do this back and forth in like DMs or using people as third parties like futures and all that.
Functions. Basically, if you actually go to the edit button at the top here, there's like an edit post if you have the blue check mark, and you can edit your post if it's within the hour. And what this effectively does is you can fix grammar mistakes or anything, but also a little tidbit of knowledge. What this does is that you can remove pictures that are attached, you can add pictures, but you also effectively remove all the comments and retweets from being shown on the tweet. So for instance, everybody that was calling her out, which reached like 300 comments at the initial post within under an hour, she edited a tweet where all the negative comments calling her out for the fake screenshots she was posting to try to...
But how many likes? Gotcha. That was my plan when I was talking with them in the server, but I am glad you are taking care of it. Well, yeah, we'll see how much I can take care of it. Like it's going to be based off of the willingness of both of them. Hempleton has said he's more than willing to come on, and talk about it, So if Vincent's willing to do the same, then we can do it. We can talk about it.
Slander me, she removed all of them.
Okay, and?
Chibi Reviews is one of the few lolcows I've seen where where I'm genuinely afraid that he's gonna go after kids. Either gonna do it or and then hurt kids. I don't want to say that per se. I do think he's a complete and utter degenerate and lolicon freak, right? Absolutely he is. But I'm not going to say that he's going to cause actual harm, right? Until that point in time when it happens. Then we can pull out wood chippers.
Would you have preferred that the fake screenshot had remained there for everyone to see? I'll give Demi flack for posting a fake screenshot of something you never said. But given the weird ass shit you post on your Twitter on a daily basis, a lot of people would be led to believe that this is something you'd actually say, which really says a lot about you if people have to second guess whether or not this is something you'd actually post.
Then she decided to not really change anything with the wording, still using the slanderous statements that Kiwi Farms likes to use against me and other doxers and harassers that swatted me. She uses that same type of rhetoric and doesn't apologize for spreading misinformation. In fact...
Hold on. Let's read what she said. Chibi fans want to preach about men's mental health while making fun of a man's suicide attempt. Oh, excuse me. I got slashed accidentally. She says it accidentally when I pulled the scissors away from him, trying to save his life from a horrible decision. So you just completely lied about that situation then, right? Because she's saying the opposite. She's saying that he was going to do something more than likely to himself, and she saved him from that and ended up cutting herself for it. I had no idea that Chibi Reviews tried to take his own blank, and I don't wish that upon anyone. As I said before, I don't care about the guy in general. I'm not going to apologize to a guy who dated a teen when he was pushing 30, scammed his fans of thousands of dollars of lawsuits that never happened. Never in my life have I heard of people siding with a cheating future wife in any scenario, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not surprised the guy doesn't understand boundaries/consent. What is the misinformation there? I don't think I've ever heard Chibi Reviews talk about what happened to the money in both of the Kickstarters, in both of the campaigns he had to gain money from his fans, right? We have heard nothing about a lawsuit. We have heard nothing about where that extra money went to, right? You just closed it down. And we have not heard anything about you moving locations. You're still in the same room that you've been in. Chibi GT, that's right. The lol cows in the culture war keep growing.
She has a follow-up post, which if you scroll down onto this tweet, she has a post where she says, had to update the tweet since I didn't want to spread misinformation. My bad on that. So let me get this straight. She makes a tweet that's public, that has all sorts of information in the tweet still, but she posts a picture with it, and instead of apologizing to me, because obviously what she was claiming...
So she did at least walk back some of it, right? The stuff that she found out was not true?
...was that I was basically a pedo. That's what she was directly implying. Instead of apologizing for these serious accusations that honestly could be grounds for defamation and being sued, she removes it.
It's always with the defamation. None of these dudes actually know what defamation freaking means. None of them. It's just this... He has to knowingly and maliciously lie about you for that to fall under defamation. That would get slapped so quick. If she made a correction to something she said, then it's not defamation for that. The first GoFundMe money went to his cock and balls. Oh, probably.
It doesn't really say anything. She just says didn't want to spread misinformation while still spreading misinformation because of the actual initial tweet.
Oh, you mean like how you straight up lied about the entire situation, how she was shit-talking the artist who made that fan art, that you maliciously cropped out half the image to make it look like she was reposting actual NSFW? Swear to God, every accusation of this dork is an admission. Now this is where I was going to originally end the video, but as of writing this script, not even recording, just writing, people began spreading two false narratives about Demenishki. One about her getting railed on stream, and another regarding how she was covering up alleged SA committed by her boyfriend. Now, I'm not going to waste my time debunking the former, since the evidence for that one is so bogus that only someone with an IQ below 2 would believe any of it.
Go home.
However, the GOAT Queeman did us all a solid and sacrificed a few of his
Queeman review or Queeman cameo
brain cells by debunking this during a segment on one of his streams. So I'm just going to play that instead and let him do the talking.
So here's apparently someone's debunked the cock allegations. With match timestamps.
I get too nervous. I get too nervous, and I always miss the last bunny hop because I scroll too fast.
Oh shit! I need to.
As if you needed to fucking do this. As if you needed to do this for anyone that isn't like a total low-life pervert who belongs in fucking prison or a retarded child. As if you needed to do
Yeah,
this
good
for
old
literally
Queen, man.
anyone who doesn't fit into one of those two groups.
Put the fuck down. Oh! Oh!
Where is he?
So I'm guessing this is
You were banned? Yeah, we
her
saw, we
boyfriend.
saw.
And you can hear her in the background.
Oh my god! Oh my... This cannot be real! This cannot be real!
Dude, she's like totally getting fogged on camera, dude.
Guys, Demi screaming in the other room, it threw me off, man. Okay, that's my reasoning behind that, okay?
It's actually from before, right? They're just... I don't think I the only thing that can kill me is... I can't do this! I can't do this! I can't do this!
Yeah, that people keep talking about the plap sounds, dude. No joke. This is the discussion I've seen.
Jesus
Dude, you
Christ,
can hear the plap
man.
sounds.
That's
Dude,
like...
shut the fuck up.
And this is the soldiers from like Chibi Review's audience and Rev and all of them, that they'll just come to this and make up complete bullshit. But her saying stuff that everyone knows on the fucking internet, that's right. That's right, Kimoji. It sounds more like he's back there beating the shit out of her. That's what the plop sounds are. But it's like, it's ridiculous. Like, this is all the stuff about Chibi Reviews is like well-known information. And sometimes it can be hard. Like, if you don't know the lore of Chibi, like what tweets were made up by some of his detractors or his haters. But just completely making this up.
Oh my god, man. Dude, I can't fucking do this.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
Dude, he's singing to try and get it out of his head. He's singing to try and ignore it.
Oh, I guess they're saying he's getting cucked.
Wait, he's not. Perfect spot, perfect spot.
Yo, jump! Jump! It's my in! Jump! No! Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, legit. Anyone reading this as she's cocking this guy, just outing their fetish 100%.
You can thank this man's noble sacrifice by dropping him a sub. It will restore the brain cells he's lost covering this, but I'm pretty sure he'll get a good dopamine rush from seeing his numbers go up. Now for the second narrative, I'm going to be using the term alleged very loosely, since I'm very much inclined to believe that this claim is also a load of horse shit.
It has been brought to my attention that my partner had an incident where he essayed someone close to me. He's changed since then, and he's gone to therapy.
Yo, K-Huck, what's going on? How you
By their
doing?
past. People can grow.
Now there are a few reasons why I believe this screenshot is fake. One,
Okay,
the
let's
fact
hear
that
it.
this post doesn't appear when you search up essayed on Demi's account, and that there's no
We're watching Simon's video on the Chibi Reviews versus, we'll just call her Demi, where Chibi Reviews is saying that she's trying to censor porn of her because she doesn't like porn of her. And he's ass mad that she brought up that he got cucked by his girlfriend or by his fiance because she had said yes to marrying him and then left him for his best friend. Who is Demi? I'm so lost. She's a VTuber. Here, I'll bring her up on stream. So. No. It's not the fiance.
Guys,
this is a
Demi screaming.
This is a completely different YouTuber or VTuber. She posted a tweet saying that like, hey, I don't really like porn of my OC, right? And then she went to an artist who had drawn porn of her OC and put it on Twitter and said, hey, I don't really like porn of my OC. Would you be willing to take it down? Like very nicely. and the artist did. And then Chibi Reviews came in there like she was censoring the guy and like, you know, forcing him to do it and all of this other stuff. And apparently now his side of the aisle is trying to say she's getting fucked on stream. And Queeman had to disprove it.
I mean, the other room, it threw me off, man. Okay, that's my reasoning behind that, okay?
It's actually from before, right? They're just, I don't think, the only thing that can kill me is
Chibi Reviews is playing White Knight to her porn, but not to her, because she is she's doing what she believed in, right? And whether the artist decided to take it down or not is up to the artist. But yeah, but he's mad that she asked to have the art taken down. I guess because he couldn't goon to it, right?
I can't do this! I can't do this! I'm gonna do this!
Yeah, that people keep talking about the plap sounds, dude. No joke. This is a discussion I've seen. Dude, you can hear the plap sounds, dude. You shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, man, dude, I can't fucking do this.
La 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 la.
Yeah, the absolute irony of Chibi Defenders.
Get out of his head. You see it, try to ignore it.
La 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 la. Wait, he's not. Perfect spot, perfect spot.
Why is everyone...
Yo, jump! Jump! It's my Jump! No! Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, legit. Anyone reading this as she's cocking this guy, just outing their fetish 100%.
You can thank this man's noble sacrifice by dropping him a sub. It won't restore the brain cells he's lost covering this, but I'm pretty sure he'll get a good dopamine rush from seeing his numbers go up. Now for the second narrative, I'm going to be using the term alleged very loosely, since I'm very much inclined to believe that this claim is also a load of horse shit.
It has been brought to my attention that my partner had an incident where he essayed someone close to me. He's changed since.
Simon's a friend of the channel. He is mostly a Rev Says Desu hater. He's also written his own book. He's got actually 2 in his trilogy. So he's been a friend of mine pretty much since I started streaming, since I became a streamer. At least since I started getting viewers, we'll say, because I was like streaming for like 6 to 8 months before anyone started watching me. Oh yeah, that's right. He's your wife too, Jasmine. How could we forget? This reminds me of the RLM joke where Mike says, "Now I've analyzed this scene with a team of volleyball enthusiasts."
Since then, and he's gone to therapy.
He is. He's one of my buds.
I know it sounds bad, but people aren't defined by their past. People can grow.
Now there are a few reasons why I believe this screenshot is fake. 1. The fact that this post doesn't appear when you search up Essayed on Demi's account, and that there's no replies to...
Chibi Defenders spreading this false narrative is extremely ironic when you consider one of the people Chibi is mutuals with on Twitter. I'll explain what I mean when I come on for it. Yeah, absolutely. I always love more lore.
Any such post either, on top of there being no existing archives of it. 2. The date. Because you know what else was taking place during this time period? The fucking Cinder drama. Which not only did Demi comment about on her Twitter, but also covered it in a full 3-hour-long stream. So you're telling...
Hey, thanks for coming by, K-Huck. We'll see you around. We'll see you around.
...me that she posted a career-ending statement of her covering up essay committed by her boyfriend during one of the biggest indie VTuber scandals in history, where all you had to do to get eyeballs on you was talk about the Cinder drama, and nobody called her out on this? 3. You want to know who it was that spearheaded this tweet and really got the ball rolling on it?
You know, at this point I ain't even shocked. People said you'd apologize, you'd rectify the errors. I sat there and said, no, I don't have that much faith in compulsive liars. So yeah, I'm not surprised you'd not only double down, but you'd spin the biggest load of bullshit in existence.
I don't even know who this guy is.
You're an idiot.
Oh, you have no idea how much I've been wanting to talk about this little sniveling loser on this channel. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with who this little soy goblin is, this is Otaku Espiritu, or as I personally like to call him, VChibi Reviews, a Reddit tier incel who cries about how he can't get any bitches on his dick on a near daily basis and how it's the dating market's fault. A coward whose heaviness on the blog button whenever faced with any semblance of criticism or pushback would even make Hideki Kamiya blush. And a slanderous piece of shit who loves extending the truth by making up fictional scenarios about people and things they've never said or done. But my personal grievances aren't relevant as to why I'm bringing him up. The reason I'm bringing him up to begin with is because of this.
So there is claims this tweet is fake, but based on some claims it was soon deleted when people noticed it, and no one seems to have found an archive of it as of yet. This is why you need to archive tweets when you notice them, because once deleted, it is hard to get them back up later. This all does seem odd, but when I looked into it, it went to a Reddit post, them getting into fights. There is also other tweets claimed to be deleted of her claiming he stabbed her in the leg. Story was later claimed to be changed by her.
You heard it from the man himself, people. Bro just admitted that there's no way to verify whether this tweet is real.
Espiritu. I don't remember how he pronounces his name. Accused Simon of using Indian bot farms against Chibi. Simon, are you using bot farms? You didn't tell me?
Or not.
But wait! There's more!
This all started with me calling her out for hypocrisy. If this is true that she's deleting these tweets, it's nuclear level bad and a big yikes. I actually am concerned she has Stockholm Syndrome at this point. This is horrifying.
And here's the sugar on the cream.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Espiritu deleted the original post containing this highly questionable screenshot after his buddy Cuckyby Reviews went and boosted it to his cult of brain-dead retards. Now, as of recording this video, Chibi has also deleted his tweet spreading this screenshot around. But at this point, the damage has already been done, and it's very clear that the reason why Chibi even deleted that post was to cover his own ass. So much for wailing like a banshee over fake screenshot. Jacob? Given that you're perfectly fine with
Sir, I am American. Sir, I am white. I speak very good English. Do not redeem.
Posting fake tweets yourself, and the only reason you ever took it down was because people were calling you out on this.
I never claimed it was real. I posted and looked into it. You're now crashing out because people wanted to ask around to find out more information. Clear you lot are trying to cover up stuff and also trying to silence anyone looking deeper into her past. And it's funny how you went for a personal attack and then lie. Yeah, making up fake tweets is stupid. That's why when Sparky showed it to me, I asked others about how the archive works and where to find that information, how I found out about the Reddit post about her drama with her partner, and how she may have changed her story about him later on. Why I deleted my older tweet and added the extra information we find after. That being said, it does seem this lead to the Reddit post showing her past drama with her partner.
Oh, shut the fuck up. We all know that the reason why you deleted this post is because you didn't want anyone linking it back to you. And thankfully, people have caught on and are now calling both you and Chibi out on this.
These guys were shitting on Demi because she posted a fake Chibi tweet. But now they've been exposed for doing the same thing. They're saying, we all make mistakes.
When they spread fake info and get exposed, come on, we all make mistakes, guys. When it's someone they don't like doing it, this desperate bitch is pushing fake tweets and grasping at straws to attack people. Can't take these people seriously. LOL.
Well said, Kenny. Well fucking said. I'd call you a cuck, Espiritu, but the reality is that you probably haven't even managed to make it the first base yet.
I won't
while
remember
Chibi
that.
has miraculously secured 2 home runs for some reason.
Actually, you're worse. You're the cuck fluffer.
Now, turns out that there's been some new developments regarding this situation as of recording this script.
Again?
Apparently, Demi has issued some level of an apology, to which Chibi has also responded to.
I was ready to genuinely take this to the ground because of the idea that why should I ever feel bad being rude to someone who's a piece of shit? After some reflection, the thought occurred to me, do I really want to go as low as him though? And the answer was no. I said what I said because I personally think there is no scenario that a friend group chooses the side of a fiancé that cheats. I can't even fathom friends siding with a cheater. However, would I have brought it up if I knew he was suicidal because of it? No. I admitted it in the previous tweet, so why didn't I
that's such a fucking, like, him being that way about it is just like, it's signaling that he wants to do. What do they call it when they, it's baiting. Say it's baiting.
Apologize, because he's this and that and blah. But I thought about it, and that kind of ideology is quite harmful. I knew it was wrong, and I admitted that twice, but I didn't apologize. So after reflection, I am sorry. I'm sorry for bringing up a memory that made someone suicidal. It was a low blow, even if I didn't know, regardless of whether he was intentionally being a piece of shit. I don't want to stoop to his level. I'd rather be better and learn from my mistakes.
After days of doubling down, Deem has finally decided to apologize to me at the end of her latest tweet. Before she did that, however, she made sure to call me a piece of shit, along with a few other things, despite saying she won't.
Yeah, I'm going to say this with her. She should have just kept her mouth shut. Like, I get that you're maybe catching some flack from your audience if they tend to be a little bit more, against that type of talk, against that type of banter, we'll say. But yeah, it would have been better not to respond because Chibi's just going to, take it and run with it.
Stoop low. Progress, I guess.
At this point, you're lucky you got any semblance of an apology from the girl, especially after all the lies and bullshit your little cult of unwashed losers have been paddling
Honestly,
about
double
her
down.
these last
Yeah,
couple of
that's
days.
right. That's right. One of the few situations that you should probably double down on.
From accusing her to getting railed on stream with some of the most bogus clips and examples I've ever seen, to spreading around screenshots that are more likely than not fake of her covering up someone committing SA. And before anyone asks, I'm aware that Chibi has made another video responding to Demi's apology, and honestly, I'm not going to go over an 18-minute video of him seething that he didn't get a proper apology and playing victim because of it. Given that this video is already long
Simon, I will.
enough as it is. As per usual, consider checking out my light novel series Bloodwinch if you want to support me. With that said, later.
There it is. Simon, my buddy, go give him a like and a subscribe. Number one hater. We are going to do it right now. So actually, I'm going to see her response first. And then we'll check out Chibi Review's response to her apology. The outro, I miss the old YouTube poop memes. It needs to hit 69 likes. I'm sure you think that way. Oh, hold on. There you go. I'm the one that did it. Once it changes anyway. Let me redo it.
Just a
No, maybe I wasn't. All right, so with this drama going on that Chibi Reviews created, Simon, tell your wife to stop being weird in my chat. I miss that era of YouTube as well, Mike. Yeah. So this is her responding to it. Is this before? Yeah, 2 days ago. So I'm guessing it's before Chibi Reviews talks about her apology. So let's hear what she has to say on the matter.
Personally think I was actually very clear and all the people who think that I wasn't clear on my main tweet of me not liking porn, I think you genuinely want to read what you want to read. I personally think that if you want to like dissect every single sentence or whatever and then make it where it's like about you and what you think it meant, then like you've probably lost the plot and you just want to argue for the sake of arguing. And I don't like arguing for the sake of arguing. It's like the worst waste of time, because it's impossible to have a conversation with somebody who's not willing to have an actual genuine conversation.
I mean, it's Chibi Reviews drama, Grizzle. You know how that goes. Let's just say Chibi Reviews is being his self.
It was a waste of energy. I love big titties. I love big ass. I love seeing sexy ladies on my Twitter feed, and I like it. I like VTubers that are really like nice looking, and it's like if I'm gonna spend thousands of dollars or something, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna make it like not sexy. If I'm gonna spend something that I'm gonna like stare at for like 24/7, I need it eye candy for me. And eye candy for me, I love a curvy girl personally. I think it looks good.
It's so hard to fight Chibi because his army is something and will dig up your entire life. Yeah, that's what we're starting to notice, and I'm starting to hear more of.
Personally love having a sexy VTuber, but I don't really like porn. But that shouldn't be a crazy concept for anybody. There's nothing wrong with liking to be sexy. And if you're so scared of hips and tits, I'm sorry, bro. What the Anyway, honestly, people intentionally misunderstood. Yeah, no, they just wanted to farm engagement and saw that people were farming engagement already, stuff like that. It's always the blue badges as well. So like whatever. It is nothing crazy
the blue badges
to showcase that shit. But then suddenly when it's a VTuber and seeing them like literally with skin out, suddenly it's crazy. Oh my god, suddenly it's bull. I don't understand that. I personally don't understand that.
Well, here's the thing. When you're talking about like Chibi Reviews, there's only one thing. Like he thinks it's all the same, right? NSFW is incredibly sexual. It's all porn. It's this and that. Like he has a very specific taste in how far he thinks everything should go. And that's where we get into the situation where we're in here, where you said NSFW, and he thought, well, you know, I want to see her get banged and railed out. I want drawings of that.
So hard when I try to bully you for being a flesh tuber because you're open about your face. Yeah, and then they were like trying to say them a real VTuber and stuff like that, and I genuinely don't care. You already know my stance when it comes to people like that. You already know. I don't care. I genuinely think you're losers. Personally, I'm sorry, but I think that forcing, because there's so many VTubers that you can watch that supports everything that you want, but you still take the time to hate people that want to do what they want to do. You are a loser, like genuinely. Why don't you just take the time to showcase love for the people that you actually like instead of taking the time that like for not following the secret rules and just because like whatever. If you want to think of me as a tourist just because of that, then sure, I don't give a like why would I? I've never have. I don't plan to be like the norm. I personally saw what I did wrong and I want to move on from it and stuff like that. I never do that kind of shit again. My bad. I didn't know who I was literally typing to. I should have known better. My bad for my ignorance. If I knew, I would have never dabbled into that world ever. But
she laid in the mud and didn't realize what the mud entailed.
I did a mistake, dabbled into the world, and it is what it is. And I made a mistake, and I just have to live with it. So in retaliation with everything, people brought up my ex or like what happened previously in my relationship. People brought up some bullshit, some lies, some whatever, and I'm like, oh wow. And then I personally think, this is my personal opinion, the VOD of people thinking I'm having sex on stream is a litmus test whether you're literally porn addicted. If you genuinely think it's real, you are in.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like it's like just listening to something and automatically automatically hearing porn in it or automatically seeing sexualization with it, or like the girl nodded at me, she likes me.
Under the impression just because somebody else thinks it's real to you too. And I think that's an IQ test as well. I'm sorry, but it is true. That's my genuine opinion. I think genuinely
they are, Grizzle.
It's true. Like, if you have to go do a character smear of myself and the worst you can do is a fake allegation, wow. I'm actually genuinely impressed by myself. I'm personally impressed by myself. I cannot believe that that's the worst they can find of me. I genuinely was like, damn, bro. If they're gonna fake something, I thought they were gonna fake some bullshit. So the thing is, that got debunked very quickly because people were like, what the f? He's live at the same time. And then they double check whether he's live at the same time, and he literally is live during.
If Chibi Reviews community is saying it, it's because they think everyone is into the cucking that they're into, right? So to be fair to them, that's the first thing they thought.
It. And then people furthered out the goal. Okay, no. She's not having sex on stream. She's cheating. She's cheating on Nikita then. She's cheating on her boyfriend. Okay, the goalpost has moved now. Post has moved and has moved and moved and moved. And I'm like, holy shit, guys. I'm sorry, man. Your fantasies are so wild that I feel like I'm boring. I'm gonna keep it a buck. People's fantasies of what I am makes me feel like, wow, dude, I must be so boring. Because like, dude, I can't even fathom that shit. I was like so shocked. I was like, damn, it's all about consent. And some people hate consent and they don't want to like admit to it. But like, it is what it is. Like, that's just how people are online. It's a very scary world. And I see why a lot of my, like, I've had a lot of female friends when I was like 100 viewer Andy, majority of them quit streaming. And it made me really sad. I was like super sad that a lot of my like female friends from back in the day quit streaming, but I can see why they did. They literally did not like how people talked about them and like whatever, especially when they were like in real life camming. They were like always camming and stuff. They always had like their cam up and stuff like that. And the way that people talked about them, they're beautiful women, but it was just too much. People are just too weird online, bro. And not everybody can deal with that. Fortunately, I am a VTuber, so I don't really like care about it too much. But like, yeah, but it does suck to see the world in a different lens in a way, because like it's kind of.
She has her dynamic limits. They are fine with a Gooner bait sort of safe for work. You see in gacha games a lot, but not straight porn. Yeah, that's what it just seems like. Is she had a boundary and she set that boundary, right? Now, like I've said, it's up to the artist if the artist wants to drop it or not. It's completely up to them. But this one, right? This artist she talked to was okay with sticking to her boundaries, right?
Disgusting. Like it's a big disgusting. But I'm not surprised in the group of people that want to push that agenda then again. Like, if you look at their profiles for the people who genuinely believe that I had sex on stream, look at any one of those profiles. I promise you, it will open your mind that it's a waste of time.
Don't you dare, Grizzle.
To reason with people like this. I promise you. Look at any of their profiles. Oh my god. I updated my Twitter notifications to be email verification, and I haven't seen a single hate tweet anymore. I shit you not. I haven't seen a single hate tweet today, actually. The whole day. Like, I have to like literally click on my Twitter page manually to see people like talking shit. And it made me realize that so many people have fake accounts and like literally like having to make alt accounts upon alt accounts and whatever, and etc, or like they tweet every literal minute. And I'm like, oh shit. Oh my god. And I just couldn't care about it anymore. So anyway, yeah, I never saw it again. And I went on a banning spree because I was like, damn, bro, these are people that I never want to interact with anyway. So I went on a banning spree, and like, I feel so good now. I was like, damn. It honestly changed my opinion on the weird political VTubing sphere. Dude, I have never had such a great mental for when it comes to rage baiting now. Like, you have no idea I don't know what it was, but this whole drama thingy made me realize that people are just in the internet. Because every time I put down my phone, I was literally in the middle of Japan buying clothes and like shopping and like going outside talking to people and whatever. And like, dude, I just couldn't keep it seriously. So this drama happened in the best time of my life when I'm literally outside and about. I was literally when it was in the
touch grass. We get it. Touch grass. I mean, yeah. It's so simple. You tell people all the time, like if you're not having a good time, like you could just turn things off, right? Like one thing I do on X that I think everybody should set their account for is my account is set to basically you cannot message me unless I am following you, right? Because I don't need to hear from every shitter who comes online and talks about whatever bullshit they want to say. You don't need to care. You don't need to even get yourself into that situation. Let's see here. Let's look up this Chibi review video while we wait for Simon and his buddy to get in. Oh. Let's do that. There we go. This YouTuber did me dirty. All right, Chibi reviews. Of course, the first thing that comes up. Yeah, if you want to come on right now, jump into the waiting room. I'll pull you in right now. I lost every. The first video that comes up is his video about his wife leaving him. Oh, God. All right, pulling you in now. Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
How are you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good. Andreas, right? Is that the Andres?
Yep.
Okay. Good.
I'm
good,
a VTuber
good.
as well, so.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
okay.
a different perspective.
Cool, cool. You'll have to link your channel. Let's see. Stellar Blade will be forcing censorship.
It's the same as my Discord username, actually. So.
Okay. Okay. You hear that, guys?
Anyways, would you care to hear the interesting thing about Rev that I found that I mentioned earlier?
Yes, actually.
What if I told you that he is on the record as defending someone who, by their own admission, is an actual pedophile? And I don't mean like someone who's a self-admitted lolicon, which I'm pretty sure those are dime a dozen. I mean like someone who's like actually into minors.
Who is he defended? Could it be food shops?
I would not be. No. This is someone I would not be surprised. No, this is someone I would not be surprised if you did not know, but...
Really?
All right, so... Oh, would you like me to give you the backstory on the person he defended, or would you like me to prove that Rev defended them first? Because I can do both.
Give me the backstory on the guy, and if you got something you want me to bring up, I can bring it up. Hold on.
All right, so this person is someone who I actually made a video calling out, but it is a little bit outdated since, well... The worst info was actually made public after I made my video, but... but anyways, you know what? Actually, there's an entire thread that I could post. There's an entire thread on this account called VT Blacklist on Twitter. The person Rev defended was called Usagi Calamari.
Oh, yeah, someone looks like they mentioned it. Usagi Calamari.
Well, technically speaking, he was going by the name Melia the Maid at the time, but... but here's the thing, like, and this is the case where you might want to give people a bit of a heads up, because Usagi has actually admitted to doing actual stuff to his real-life sister.
No shit. Oh no. And Rev's defended them?
Well, okay, technically that exact thing was not out at the time, but like the thing is, there were other I did find other posts calling Melia a pedophile before Rev made his video defending Melia, so I think that at the very least that proves Rev doesn't do any research.
Yeah.
And of course, there's also that time he defended someone who was downloading that visual novel, but well, they were actually also downloading stuff involving actual children.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I see your video was the first one that came up.
Yeah, like, I'm probably the only person... well, okay, there is one other person, but, like, I'm probably a pioneer on this, and honestly, I think that there's, like, a lot of untapped VTuber drama that commentary channels could make tons of content out of. Like, if you want to get me in touch with Himpleton or who was that other guest who just left after that was in your chat?
EGAD, the EGAD, because he covers. Well, he's not really a drama tuber.
The one that their name was started with a K.
Oh, K-Huck? Yeah, K-Huck would be interested in stuff like that. Yeah, I could get you in touch with K-Huck and
yeah, like Usagi is a straight up horror cow. Like, there isn't. Now, I do not use Kiwi Farms, but like I do occasionally like browse just to see like, does this person have a thread? Since there are times where like I actually find myself wondering, and I've had like a mixed track record when it comes to that. Since like, on one hand, I was able to guess as the quartering had a thread, but then again, I would have also guessed that Aiden Ross would have a thread, and strangely, he's absent, despite the fact that people did trick him into looking at nudes of his sister, which I would guess would be something that would make someone qualify as a lol cow.
Yeah, well, it just depends on who's making the threads, right?
Like
it's not a.
Maybe it's just like the site just considers him too stupid and shows mercy on him or something.
No, it's more like Kiwi Farms and EGAD kind of said it the best. It's more like Reddit. It's a bunch of individual threads of people. It's like people will come in who hate a particular person and they'll make a thread on them. They're not necessarily connected to everybody at the whole time.
Yeah, but although I do find it odd that Aiden doesn't have a thread on Kiwi Farms, considering that, well, Andrew Tate does, and I'd say Andrew Tate is in the same orbit as Aiden. It's more just like one of those things that confuses me. Like, honestly, the only real reason I don't really engage much with Kiwi Farms is because of the chance of them accidentally doxing someone. Like, to their credit, and they actually found out that some screenshots of Nyara were legitimately fake. They did actually take down the thread, so I do know they have some standards.
Yeah. They do have pretty strict rules that they abide by. I mean, obviously they don't really care about doxing, but they do they used to really hard to make it so that like they don't play in the mud, right? That's kind of their whole deal.
Yeah.
You watch the cows.
Funny story about Usagi does not have a thread. There is like a pretty big post in the VTuber general thread, and he's a straight up horror cow. Like, honestly, Turkey Tom could probably have a field day with him if like someone was to convince him to look at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll have to see. So tell me more about this Usagi character.
All right, so I will admit that I actually first found out about Usagi through another server, and at the time I didn't really know much about him other than he was a bigot, but he also wasn't really being bigoted in the server, so I was just like, well, as long as he's not doing anything, I won't confront him. And also at the time, I wasn't really doing that sort of thing, so there wasn't really much of a point. Like, he and I did actually have DMs, but I left that conversation after I realized, oh yeah, I should not be involved, and it's not like anything damning was in our DMs, so I can't. And even if I wanted to, I can't show them since, like, I'd have to re-add him, and I do not want to do that.
Fair enough.
But then, like, I think it was either, I forget, or April or I think it was April of last year, the first set of really damning DMs involving him and someone named Yumi Pill came out, and, well, there's two, basically, he was talking with Yumi Pill in DMs, and DMs on Discord, and well, she mentioned getting caught while I think Yumi Phil's trans, my bad. They mentioned getting caught while masturbating, and Usagi's response was to say this was hot. Now, that alone would be a bit concerning, since, to be honest, I think the only appropriate response is to say that sucks or just change the subject. But the thing is, Yumi Phil was talking about that happening while they were in middle school.
Yes, I remember. Maybe I didn't remember it was Usagi, but I do remember something about that tweet. Yeah.
And the funny thing is that, well, the alternative would be Usagi found the fact that Yumi Hill got caught hot, and well, if that is the case, then that raises some serious questions about why Usagi is such a vocal detractor of Dark Side Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Since, you know,
getting caught should turn him on, right?
I basically put that in there in case he tried. I did bring that up, but only as like a trap in case Usagi did respond. Like, I wasn't trying to like make light of the situation. Like,
yeah, I understand that.
I have been a bit more hesitant to like involve humor in my videos because after, well, the whole I Love Kim Possible a lot fiasco. Oh, I don't know if you followed that.
I lightly followed it. It wasn't one that I dipped into too much.
Like, I don't blame you. Like, honestly, like, Cartoon She's video is probably like the best takedown if you want to like watch that. Although Mr. Enter also, of all people, actually did a good dissection of that.
Okay.
Surprisingly, he's actually been pretty good when it comes to covering serious stuff.
Yeah, well, I'll have to check him out.
Honestly, if he was to make a pivot to that, which I don't think he would, I could see him make the change very easily. But although then again, it's more like, and whenever he did have to make videos like that, it was more like, all right, fine, I'll do this. Like, it struck me as he was kind of reluctant as opposed to he wanted to do this, since well, he's only made 2 videos, and one of which he only made because he did used to have ties with the party who he was investigating. So, I get the feeling that it was more just if he had a choice, he would not have talked about that. It was with Star Giant Projections. If you know who they are.
I don't even know them. I'm fairly like if it's around the YouTube community, I know not YouTube, VTuber community.
Lazy Bedhead actually did a whole video on Star Giant. If you want to check that out.
Yeah, I'll have to check that. I always like running into new dramas to read about. So I'm bringing up Chibi Reviews. Hold on, I had it up and then I deleted it for some reason. I want to see his response to her. Yeah, we're going to bring up Rob's Media. I'm waiting for Simon for that one, though. So we got both of y'all here. Simon will get mad at me. But I wanted to bring up his response to her apology. See what he has to say about that.
You know, I actually remember he used to be a fan of Chibi back in the day. Like, this was around, like, 2014, 2015. So, like, I actually fell out of watching him.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember him... Does the name That Anime Snob ring a bell?
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Well, like, I remember him having, like, a feud with That Anime Snob, and general consensus was Chibi won that feud. I kind of wonder if things should have gone the other way and That Anime Snob should have won.
It's possible sometimes. Sometimes you look back at the old ones and, like, hindsight, and you're like, oh... Wait a minute.
Granted, I have looked at some of That Anime Snob stuff, and he doesn't strike me as much better from what I've seen. Like,
yeah.
I think the reason why I actually sided with Chibi in the first place was, well, That Anime Snob is, well, as his name's just a pretty big snob. Like, he's one of those, like, people who thinks that, like, most modern anime is shit. And look, I'm not going to say there aren't, like some modern stinkers, but it's nowhere near the degree that he claims. Like, it's, like, honestly, I would actually bet that if, like, the internet had existed during the time he thinks anime was good, people would be having the same level of discourse, because I actually used to like go out of my way to watch bad anime on purpose, and well, I've seen some really bad OVAs. Like, don't know if you've heard of Violence Jack, but I actually sat through at least the first one, and let's just say there's a reason why it actually got banned in a few countries, and I don't blame Bennett the Sage for not reviewing it.
Gotcha. Who is this? Joshua asks. This is Andres. He's friend of Simon, who's going to be coming on later, so we can watch the Rob's Media video. He also is a VTuber in his own right. I actually, when I pulled up your channel, I realized I have watched like a video or two of yours before. It just didn't click with me. Because I
actually have used that Backstroke of the West clip in a few videos of mine.
Mm-hmm.
One of you can probably guess who one of it.
The VTuber Demi has officially
in one of who I was talking about when I used that clip. If you think of the context, want to take a guess who?
I don't remember, honestly, and I'm terrible at guessing.
It's one of the ones of my lesser viewed videos, but I used it when I was talking about Sneeko briefly.
I gotcha. Let's see. So here, I'm gonna.
I also used it when I was talking about a very abusive ex of a friend of mine, and that's actually a whole different story, since I actually managed to chase that guy off the internet practically.
Gotta love it.
Hold
on, I'm sharing screen with you real quick. We'll watch this response video from Chibi, and maybe Simon will be ready to jump on by then.
All right,
so you should be seeing it. That's her video, and then Chibi reviews. Demi, quote unquote, apologized for laughing at me almost dying.
Apologized to me earlier this morning, and this was the response that I received that was basically addressed to me for the entire world to be able to see. And I will cover this and read this all in just a
also, welcome, Warlock. It's a good time to stop into the stream. We're still in the middle of some Chibi reviews stuff. And you can always go back and watch the stream later if you want to in the background.
Second, if I accept or do not accept this apology, but I would like to remind everybody on how we got here to begin with. It all starts with this initial post from Demi, where she basically says that she does not want NSFW content of her VTubing model created. At first glance, that's fine. That's a fine ask. However, within 2 to 3 hours after she made this, she retweets NSFW of her character model. Obviously, me and so many others,
again, he still has it clipped,
started calling her out about how this is just basically performative, it's hypocritical, and I basically said virtue signaling. And instead of Demi responding this to clarify, basically the stance that, why, she did this,
or deranged defender of Chibi.
Oh yeah?
He's like, I pointed out that like if he didn't want this to happen, he should have just stayed quiet. Now I was saying more like if he should be allowed to talk, but like if he what did he expect would happen sort of way. But they thought that I was saying he shouldn't be allowed to speak, period, and they tried to bring up the conflict in Gaza as sort of an and I was like, I'm just gonna block you right now because of how stupid that is. Politics are different since, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. To borrow a phrase from a shorts creator I follow, but
well, that can be a common defense is to go into politics when they don't have it doesn't sound like the guy really understood what you were saying anyway.
I was not. Yeah, and also politics are kind of different than someone saying I don't want NSFW of my character made, which I've just blocked. They've actually become the first person I've actually kind of banned from my YouTube channel. They haven't shown up in my chat, but I did basically hide all comments and so there's going forward, or if they decide to comment.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get that. Chibi's reviews is the perfect case of just because you can say something, maybe you shouldn't. Yeah, that's kind of my whole thing about this entire situation with it, Andres, is it's a huge nothing burger.
Yeah, like, especially after, well, he decided to share that he got cucked. Like, I get the feeling that if this had happened this time and around this time last year, things would have gone a bit different. But considering that there's just such an easy dunk out there, I think he should just, like, kind of mind his own business if he doesn't want to get hit. Of course, I wouldn't entirely be surprised if it turns out that he was lying about getting cucked and his girlfriend and his fiance left him because of something else entirely.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that. Like, is that really what happened? It doesn't seem real.
Because, as for one thing, we only have his word to go on it, and also, if he really got cucked, I could maybe see his friend group splitting, but everyone taking the side of the guy who cucked him, yeah, no.
I mean, you never know. Sometimes groups can hate one person.
At least like one or two of them would have stuck around if only out of pity.
Nope, apparently not. Apparently not. Like I said, it could be a situation where he's just like, you think about everyone who sees him online. Like, I doubt he doesn't. I would almost guess, like I would stake money on it that he complains about shit from the internet to all of his friends constantly, or did, we'll say, and how he's getting, like, he has to be the victim in every case, so he's probably going up to them, I got doxxed again, I got this again, this happened to me on the internet, and I can see where they may be getting tired of that and eventually are just like, this is the excuse to cut ties with him.
Yeah, I did mention something ironic about Chibi's fans spreading that allegation, that false allegation that Demi covered up her boyfriend's sexual assault. Since I can guarantee you that Rob's Media will not bring that up, since, well, it involves someone who actually isn't that well known. I'll talk about it after we look at both Demi and Chibi's responses, but before Rob's Media's video.
Okay. Well, let's keep going here. Oh, so the only real scenario that makes Chibi the good guy in this situation is if somehow all of the friends group were stringing him around and he got bored of him and told them to fuck off. True.
Or alternatively, like, his fiance was screwing around with literally all of them.
Yeah.
I would say would be the only other scenario I can think of. But
it'd still
if
be
that
funny,
was the case, why not just bring it up? Like, he only said one of his friends was cheating. His fiance was cheating on them with one of them. Like, if all of them were cheating, if she was cheating on him with all of them, why conceal that? I mean, it's not like, I mean, if it had been someone he still wanted as a friend, or like someone who had a bigger audience, like, say, I'm only bringing this up as a hypothetical, but let's hypothetically say that Tectone had actually cucked him, which would be hilarious if it happened, but I don't think that would happen, since I don't think Tectone and Chibi live near each other. I could maybe see him wanting to keep quiet, since Tectone's audience does have a habit of brigading people he doesn't like.
Yeah, I don't think it's that, though, because Tectone came out in support of Chibi, right? When Chibi got
also that, like, if Tectone had been in Chibi with his fiance, he would have either stayed quiet or actually joined in on attacking Chibi. I was only bringing that up as a hypothetical, since, well, I don't know much about like Nicholas Light, who I've also seen Chibi interact with constantly.
Yeah, I think this is like, I think the friends we're talking about are just friends that are IRL, or like, there's so many plot holes, like Kamoji said in it, that maybe they don't exist at all. But let's keep going with this while we're waiting.
Like, why, it's not hypocritical, she instantly responds with a personal attack against me, saying, wait, oh my god, aren't you the guy whose fiance literally cheated on you and your whole friend group sided with her, LMFAO? And instead of basically answering or anything, or trying to explain herself about being a hypocrite and me basically saying a virtue signaler, she responds with a personal attack that comes at me.
Now, I'm not gonna remember how people would dunk on Sneeko for being a cuck unprovoked? Like,
yeah, I mean, he put this on the internet and he expects no one to talk about it. And it's almost like he did it so that when people bring it up, he can do exactly this right here, right? He can go, oh, look, they're doing personal attacks against me again.
But also, about that feud with, like, that anime snob. At the time, Chibi was also making content where he was actually reviewing anime, so I think there's also the fact that, well, Chibi, he was still making content, which made it easier to side with him. And whereas now, Chibi's basically making drama his whole persona, so that's why I can't find any sympathy for him. Like, if he was just keeping this with his Twitter, but like at the very least, he was still making YouTube videos reviewing anime episodes, that would be one thing, but that's not what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's gone full culture war. I don't think he could go back to just making his reviews anymore. I just don't think they'll have any weight. They won't get him what he needs to keep going.
Nitty-gritty story of it. I feel like everybody is already aware of it at this point of what happened to me. The point of the matter is that instead of basically just trying to, explain what's going on, she used a massive personal attack against me, which, she obviously miscalculated. I didn't expect it as well, but she started getting called out massively, to the point to where pretty much all 1,600 comments are negative against her. And it's honestly insane just how many people legitimately are just straight up upset with her coming at me like this. I personally...
Okay. 30K liked it, though. So, are they all... I have to go look now. Right? I mean, you say it's this I don't know if she still has it up. Let's see, Demi. She definitely likes some NSFW. Oh, well. She likes the lewd side of NSFW. Twitter... Oh, here we go. All right. So this is the one where... Let's see here. Where's the Chibi Reviews one?
I think it was a quote tweet, actually, from Chibi.
Oh, was it a quote tweet? Let's...
Yeah.
How do I look at quote tweets?
You go to, there should be like 3 dots at the top that let you post interactions.
Post.
Like, honestly, I don't blame you for not immediately remembering, since Elon Musk has screwed up the site so much.
Oh, I mean, I'm an old man, so.
Yeah.
Think before you sleep. If you want proof that fat acceptance is a joke, note how none of these VTubers pay for obese models. Jesus Christ.
I know of at least one model that proves him wrong, and it's actually a male model. In fact, it's actually, that, like, well, okay, like, it's a very specific, let's just say it's a very specific type of anime character called Ugly Bastard. I forget the exact same guy's name, but, like, if I was to see it again, I could say, oh yeah, that's the guy, but, like, I think Before You Sleep is just awful.
Yeah. Let's try. Well,
he swept for Tectone.
Yeah. I've seen his
Venti
stuff
actually
before.
dumped him, and quite frankly, it was actually the first thing she did where I was like, I actually respect you for that. Like, I wasn't super fond of her video on Gura since, well, I know that lolly VTubers have kind of a reputation, but HoloLive would not support someone if they were like actually making like erotic content with a lolly model, since, well, they're a corporation. It would cut into their bottom line to an insane degree, and like they would be constantly in firestorms because of it.
So what I'll say here is, like, obviously this is his repost up here, right? So it's his repost up here. She comes in and it gets 30K likes, but what he focuses on is the comments saying that all the comments are negative. Well, I'm sure all the comments that you looked at were from, especially like your group. but I don't know that it tells the same story, that it was all this negative, right? Ratios mean nothing.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit about ratios, but you're doing this, but ignoring all of this. Like, click on this and let's see all of
did
it.
not expect a lot of support. About 95 to 98% of the time, individuals like this, they get away with it. So I'm not gonna lie.
It's because you're a pathetic wretch, and it's really easy to dunk on you.
It's actually pretty shocking just to see the overwhelming amount of people that were on my side. But regardless, ever since this, there was spiral after spiral after spiral. For instance, you had her block me after this and all that, and then after this entire section, she basically clarified that, you know, she doesn't care about me or my mental health, but she cares about men's mental health. Basically, people, you know, digging into different things about her, pretty much saying that you're kind
representative for men's mental health, Chibi.
True, you are a poor representative for men's mental health. I think people misunderstand my posts or want to change something they want to believe in. I want to know y'all's thoughts. People are telling me I'm a hypocrite for advocating men's health, but not caring for this content creator, Chibi. I feel like both can coexist. Just because you advocate something doesn't mean it's on a case-by-case basis. I do not care for Chibi reviews doesn't mean I do not care for people's mental health, right? Sure, yeah. I mean, you don't have to give a shit about one person or the other. And she's not saying that he should off himself, right? She's not saying that he should go out of his way to do something bad. She's just saying that she doesn't give a shit about him. She can care about men's mental health and still think Chibi's a fucking retard.
a hypocrite. So basically, you don't care about men's mental health if it's someone you dislike. There's a lot of things. Basically, people just started digging up a lot of stuff.
That's not what she said, though, Chibi.
How hypocritical she is, on top of her personally attacking me. And eventually, it spiraled to the point to where people started finding live streams of her for Outer Wilds, I believe, to where she was getting...
So flat out just telling a lie, right?
Stuff like that, like allegations that was potentially happening.
Oh, now we say allegations.
Stream, over an hour, and so a diabolical individual, by the way, decided to do
fair enough, Mike. Fair enough.
For the entire thing of different comments on when stuff happens, and it's crazy. And so basically, for the last few days to almost a week, a lot of people have pretty much been, more or less uncovering the hypocrisy that Demi has been doing. For instance, it all started with me calling her a virtue signaler and her basically trying to retweet NSFW of her model, despite saying she doesn't want it.
So it's funny he clips it because it was already proven that it wasn't porn, which is her line that she set in the sand, which she already made a post about before you started going after it. You know all about women being banged in the next room. Fucking emoji, come on. Oh Jesus. Yeah, it probably cut back a little PTSD for him.
But even prior to this, she literally has these streams where she's making very suggestive and adult-like sounds. And, you know, let's just go on a limb here and humor.
She's screaming and, like, talking about the scary things that happened in the stuff she was looking at, right?
The fact of what some people are saying, that Demi, you know, wasn't getting, you know, stuff like that in the live stream. Okay. The sounds, the way it is presented is very suggestive. Now, I'm gonna say, I don't care if a
Only if...
Then why are you bringing this up if you don't care?
Like, only if you're an absolute moron.
In the VTuber Kitsura Nines was outed as being a former porn star, but I'd only bring that up to say I don't care. Well, okay, I will probably have to bring it up in a future video of mine, but that's only because, well, the subject of the video brings it up, so, like, it's more like I have to mention it because I'm reading in a post, as opposed to I'm going out of my way.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Simon might not make it for us, so we're going to finish this up real quick, and then we're going to, Yeah, Hollow Live has VTubers that make suggestive noises in the daily. It's nothing new. True, it is nothing new. But even me listening to what we were shown there doesn't sound like those normal suggestive sounds that you might hear. Like he's hearing for what he wants to hear.
I mean, I do know of one VTuber who is corporate, who did have a stream that's kind of similar to what Chibi's implying, but well, that's a Niji Sanji thing, and well, that's an entirely different can of worms.
Gotcha.
VTuber anyone wants to do that. What I am saying is that she had the audacity to do stuff like that within a stream, even if nothing was happening, and then goes on to do stuff like this. It's just like,
how dare a woman say stuff on her stream? How dare she scream on her stream and make me think that she's having sex? This is the this is the anime review side, guys. This is the culture war, guys, right? She's a hypocrite because I hear sex noises in her stream.
You know what you're doing. It feels very performative, it feels very hypocritical, and virtue signaling, which is what I said. So anyways, none of this stuff would have happened if she would have responded to me in a civilized manner, and either honestly just calling me stupid. If she would have just called me stupid, it would have probably ended there. I might have said, oh, you're stupid too, or blocked her, or whatever, and that would have been the end of it.
You would just be bitching about something different.
Yeah, he would just be bitching about her calling him stupid, right? They would just, my detractors are always questioning my intelligence.
Double down, the triple down, the quadruple down. We got eventually to the point to where she had to make an apology to me because overall, all over social media, everybody on YouTube, on Twitch, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, Reddit as well, everybody was pretty much against her. And like I said, shocking. Very shocking. I did not expect that much support on my side, but okay. Anyways, at long last, we get to today, and she issues this statement. And let's read it. I was ready to genuinely take this to the ground because of the idea that why should I ever feel bad being rude to someone who's a piece of shit? After some reflection, the thought occurred to me, do I really want to go as low as him though? And the answer was no. I said what I said because I personally think there is no scenario that a friend group chooses the side of a fiancé that cheats. I can't even fathom friends siding with a cheater. However, would I have brought it up if I knew he was suicidal because of it? No. I admitted it in the previous tweet, so why didn't I apologize?
Did she ever mention anything about his suicide in this entire debacle?
No.
Yeah, so
well,
then...
at least not in, like, the initial post. Like, she only said, I think she only said, like, aren't you a cuck? Which...
Yeah.
She isn't even the first person to use that exact phrasing. Like, there was actually someone who called Chibi a cuck back in last May.
I mean, everybody calls Chibi a cuck at this point. If someone makes a video and it's about Chibi, they're probably going to call him a cuck. But here's the thing. Like, if she never, like, made fun of his
No, that's
suicide,
the thing. Like, the guy in question called him a cuck before he got cucked. Like, they were profit.
That's funny. Oh, okay. She did bring it up before he complained about it. So definitely before this post. Okay. So maybe she did.
Because he's this and that and blah. But I thought about it, and that kind of ideology is quite harmful. I knew it was wrong, and I admitted that twice, but I didn't apologize. So after reflection, I am sorry. I'm sorry for bringing up a memory that made someone suicidal. It was a low blow, even if I didn't know, regardless of whether he was intentionally being a piece of shit. I don't want to stoop to his level. I'd rather be better and learn from my mistakes. So, before I give my answer, there's a few things I'm just going to put and explain on screen here. First off, we gotta talk about her previous post and what she's even talking about. Her previous tweet when she basically said she didn't want to apologize to me. So this is the tweet she was talking about. Basically where she was basically labeling me a pedo. She was labeling me a rapist, and all sorts of other accusations, false accusations that is Kiwi Farm's speech. Basically, the same type of cyber stalking, harassing group that likes to ruin people's lives and even swats them. She was using their exact same...
Like, when people say that he's Keffels, like, 2.0, it's so clear that he is fucking Keffels 2.0. Kiwi Farms is doing this, everyone's making fun of me, but a lot of these things are genuinely okay, if this is the quote before the post before, I had no idea that Chibi Reviews tried to take his own life, and I don't wish that upon anyone. As I said before, I don't care about the guy in general, and I'm not going to apologize to a guy who dated a teen when he was pushing 30. I'm pretty sure she was in her teens, wasn't she? Scammed his fans out of thousands of dollars of the lawsuit that never happened. Never in my life have I heard of people siding with a cheating future scenario. So where's all the pedo stuff? Where is she calling you a pedo here? She's talking about the controversies that are pretty much true, right? None of this is saying anything about you being a pedo. I mean, I get it. You get called a pedo a lot. I think people can come to that conclusion.
Because she mentioned his fiance was in his teens, and except, well, the thing is that's not exactly the same as calling someone a pedo, since
true.
And you could still be dating someone who's 19, and you would still be dating someone in their teens. And also, I don't think Chibi's ever actually addressed when he actually met his fiance, because I would say there's a difference between, like, him meeting her when she was 18 and then, like, them rushing into a relationship, which I would say is questionable but not illegal, versus him meeting her when she was 17. And, like, if that is the case, then I would say it is valid to call him that. Like, that's actually the reason why I haven't really referred to him as a pedo, since lack of information. Like, if there was actually a confirmed screenshot where he said, I met her and she was 16 or 17, then I would gladly jump on that bandwagon, but there isn't. So
Right. Most of the calling him a pedo stuff is like fun and games because of his Lolicon stuff and all of
that too. Like,
yeah. So I mean, it's her mentioning that the dynamic between him being 30 and her being younger. Honestly, that doesn't fucking matter to me. Is it weird? Like, would I do it? No, I'm in my fucking 40s. I'm not dating someone in their 20s even. Maybe mid 30s to my age. But then again, I'm married now.
Yeah, that's true. Like, honestly, I haven't really had any relationships, but then again, it's more because I just haven't really tried. And also, the one time I did try it, I tried to actually, like, ask out someone who wasn't interested in a relationship, period. Don't know if that means if they were asexual, but it was just like bad luck, and it was in high school, so maybe I just need to get back into the dating game.
Yeah, get back in there. Hearing no isn't the end of it. Sometimes you hear a lot of no's before you hear that.
And also, like, I just like shrugged and went about my way, as opposed to, like,
that's funny.
Getting all torn up about it.
Good.
Wording and rhetoric in this post, and basically saying that she would not apologize to me because I'm quote-unquote weird. And I would like to remind everybody, up to this very point, right now, the only thing I said to her was that she was a virtue signaler. Her response was to laugh at my misfortune, being cheated on, my friend group abandoning me, then on top of that, basically calling me a pedo. Well, she did. I mean, she posted a fake tweet here.
You're friends with Tectone, yet you claim to aim to respect women. That alone should invalidate any opinion of yours.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, you could say that he's not respecting her. If you want to get like real soy with it, you could say he's not respecting her because she went to the artist to ask for something, to set a boundary, and the artist complied. Like, it's like
I'm talking about in general. Like, actually,
yeah.
He did make a post saying to respect women, and I'm like, you do know who you're friends with, right?
Yeah, right. The guy who's been proven.
Honestly,
she called me.
If it wasn't for the fact that I don't know what my apartment's laws and rules on owning firearms were, I actually would make a post saying, I actually would get a firearm so in case Tectone tried to go after me, and I'd say, I'm just enjoying my right to own a gun. Have you exercised this right, Tectone? Forcing him into.
Poor guy. Oh man, I don't wish not being able to carry a gun on anybody, but it's funny when it happened to Tectone.
A rapist, and then she basically did not take any statements of these back. She didn't even apologize for this. Even in her apology tweet, she didn't even mention this and say how wrong this was, these false allegations against me that have literally no proof whatsoever, which is outright insane. But it doesn't just...
You made the whole video about you getting cheated on. That's more than enough proof. Otherwise, let's see, the drama about you scamming your audience. Yeah, the money disappeared and you've given no information about what happened to that money. I think it's enough that people could say that they think you scammed your audience out of money. So the no evidence thing that he always wants to pull up is bullshit 90% of the time.
Stop there. This tweet that she made, she edited it, which you probably have seen Rev already cover this, and I covered it in a previous video, but she edited it to remove the fake tweet, but kept everything
Rev,
the same, and her...
Usagi Calamari.
Yeah.
And the guy who ERPs with trans people. Oh, and by the way, the tweets where he does that are still up if you ever want to do like a dramatic reading while drunk or something. Could be a funny stream.
Maybe I'll pull it up.
To speak, people like to say is that I had to update the tweet since I didn't want to spread misinformation. My bad on that. But she's still spreading misinformation. She's still technically calling me a pedo. She's still calling...
She didn't call you a pedo. She said you were weird. Who dated a teen when he was in his 30s, right? She's not saying he's a pedo. You make it apply that from it, but the rest of the tweet too is definitely stuff that we know about that did happen.
Me a rapist in this entire section.
Where did you call? She didn't even call you a rapist. See what this guy does? He just adds stuff in there to make it as hyperbolic as possible, right? Oh, she called me a rapist, she calls me a predator, she calls me a pedo, every big word he can use when you read what he's showing you and it doesn't even say that. Like, he either is a complete liar or his reading comprehension is so poor that he thinks everybody is calling him a pedo.
Outright insane. Like, it's actually ridiculous. But anyways, after this post, she went to her Discord, and this is what she said in her public Discord after that post I just showed you. I think people misunderstand my post or want to change it to something they want to believe in. I want to know y'all's thoughts. People are telling me I'm a hypocrite for advocating men's health, but not caring for this content creator's chibis. I feel like both can coexist, LMFAO. Just because you advocate something doesn't mean it's on a case-on-case basis. I do not care of chibi, doesn't mean I don't care of people's mental health.
Case by case basis, Tiffany, that's the term, not case-on-case.
Yeah, it's
minor nitpick,
case.
But...
You can like or dislike someone on a case-by-case basis. You don't have to reach out to somebody.
No, I'm just saying I'm annoyed that he used the incorrect term.
I mean, it happens.
Though with the Discord, what I did was unnecessary, and honestly, I didn't even do it for clout. I literally just got baited from seeing his name. Really? You didn't do this for clout.
You're the one that started this whole fucking mess.
Here's the image. She posted this as well on her official Twitter, linking that she was going to address the drama. And you've seen probably Rev and other content creators already comment on this, but that link she posted to a Twitch stream that supposedly was to address the drama was basically her 24/7 VOD stream. That is just reruns of her content.
So you fell for obvious rage bait.
Yeah, I mean, it's... it's kind of based. Like, she baited you, bud.
part, prior to this, she literally condemned farming and basically trying to content farm an engagement farm. But she turns around and does that hours later.
Dude, this guy like can't take a joke. He can't see that some people might be baiting for fun and things like that. That people are making fun of him.
Which basically implies that she's once again another hypocrite. So we have multiple different showcasings of being a hypocrite. Not just with like the whole NSFW thing, but just different things. Men's mental health to basically engagement farming, and then also basically the stuff with NSFW. We have now multiple examples, and that's not even getting into the Twitch stream. So this is what she said.
He can't even say it. Like, he can't just come out and say it.
She basically said she doesn't care about my mental health, she doesn't care about me or anything like that, and she heard about the situation, but she doesn't care. That's what she said in these Discord messages. And then we had this, which was the follow-up to the apology. So, after the apology came out, obviously, many, not myself, but many said that her apology was not an apology. It was a non-apology apology. I even saw people saying that it is, how do you make an apology worse than Logan Paul? That is insane. And so she took the Discord
more of an apology than you deserve, Chibi.
Yeah, right. I think I agree. She was wrong to apologize. She should have just fucking doubled down.
Start commenting on the situation after the non-apology apology that she made.
You know what I would have done? You know that, there was like this clip from WWE where I think it's Vince McMahon and says, "I apologize for nothing, you son of a bitch."
Yeah, something like that.
Us posted a short with that dubbed over, or my character speaking if I was in Demi's shoes.
Yeah, I mean, there's funnier ways that she could have done it. Like, all it did was like give him this reason to make this video. I mean, he would have made a video anyway on the other side, but better he's making a video about like you not apologizing.
He hasn't responded to Rob's Media's video.
Oh yeah. I'm sure.
Spoilers for that. Like,
well,
the funny thing is, he does know it exists. So like, the one legitimate defense he could use, what video is not a valid one. Like, I know this because he actually posted a video. Talking about how he was apparently ratioed. It's obviously sarcastic, but I'm like, you do know you just shot yourself in the dick, right?
Yeah. So I have some bad news with it. I generally only run till midnight, and Rob's video is an hour long, which generally means I'm going to take 2 hours to watch it. Would you be willing to come in, say, on like Wednesday and do it, or another day?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Wednesday is my normal stream day, because we'll do the Rob's Media, and if I have time, we'll do the
I can actually get you that ironic thing about Chip Ivy that involves one of his mutuals ready for full context if you want.
Yeah, we can just do a second. Yeah, we can just do a second Chibi stream.
It actually connects to someone from one of my rogues gallery if you want. See if you can bring Ing Himpleton on so like I could fill them in about Usagi.
Yeah, I'll talk to Himpleton and see if he wants to cover some of the Chibi review stuff and anything else Usagi and all that. Yeah, we can learn more. And oh god, Simon wants to come. You're coming in at close to the end. We're finishing this video. Hold on. We're not leaving just yet, Mike. Not just yet. I'm gonna finish this Chibi video. We've got a little bit left of the apology, and then we'll dip out. About 7 minutes. What's up, man?
Not much. Freaking bus schedule changed, so I ended up showing up a bit later than usual. But hey, it is what it is. Also, I've already watched this video, so I kind of already know where this is going.
Well, so I just told Andre that we're probably not going to get to watch it today.
Okay.
Just because it's already 11:30.
Are we still on the freaking like his response video?
Yeah, we're reading his terrible response to this.
On the plus side, I will if Himpleton comes on, I'll have someone who can help me spread the word about how bad Usagi is. So
Well, also, fun fact, I find it actually interesting that you didn't bring this up while we were talking about Usagi. The Dragon's Tea actually had him sponsored for the whole time.
I did bring that up in my video, and mind you, it's not like this was like the stuff with if those leaked DMs was the only thing. Like, there was also the stuff with Yumi Pill, and that was actually he revealed before those leaked DMs that forced the Dragon's Tea to drop Usagi.
I mean, I think there was already stuff out there that was already aware of him at this point, but he still kept him on regardless because, according to him, it wasn't evidence enough that, Usagi was a creep or, a freaking pedophile at that point. But again, if you're at all familiar with who the fuck the Dragon's Tea sponsors, he sponsors all the social rejects that no freaking sponsor with any semblance of dignity would ever touch at that point.
Gotcha. Sponsoring the pedos to own the wokes. Komoji always
the pedos, the racists, but then again, the Dragon's Tea is kind of a racist himself at that point. This guy is just overall kind of just a freaking card at this point. And the only reason, and again, he doesn't care who the fuck he sponsors. He's willing to sponsor pedophiles so long as they keep it on the down low and he's able to make a buck off of them. And again, this is the same fucking retard who was calling out Grums for being a grifter. And I'd argue that this guy is probably worse than Grums.
I mean, at least Grums isn't platforming an actual pedophile.
At least he doesn't have a pedophile on payroll or doesn't have a bunch of racists on payroll.
Yeah, I'd actually say Grums is slightly more defensible than the Dragon's Tea.
That's hard to say. Well, let's listen to the rest of this.
It's hard to say, but it is. It's true, sadly.
Yeah.
Granted, if I did find myself in that situation, I'd just say, you know what? Just pass me a 44 Magnum.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She more or less had to say.
Just pass me the fucking loaded gun at this point. I'll just end it right here because I can't defend neither of these two.
In Minecraft, of course. Kodiak is also sponsored by the Dragon's Tea. Yes, he is. And I want to read his Google Doc. I was going to do that on Wednesday.
Funny story about Kodiak.
VChibi is also sponsored by the Dragon's Tea, by the way.
Kodiak might have actually pulled the same stunt that Chibi did, since, well, now, admittedly, the source for this is Mama Oko, and I would say that is reason to be skeptical, but it's one of those things where I'm like, that does kind of make sense, so I'd at least say Kodiak should address it. And, okay, for context, someone tricked another VTuber named VexMilk into thinking that, Kodiak was harassing her. It was basically a case where, VexMilk did jump the gun. I'm not defending that, but, unintentionally, and he falsely accused Kodiak, sexually harassing them, and, well, I can see where VexMilk was coming from, since, well, Kodiak is a huge reactionary, but and I'm not saying that, VexMilk did nothing wrong. VexMilk should have at least reached out to him. But the thing is, Kodiak was apparently, fundraising for a lawsuit. That lawsuit has not happened.
So we're right back to...
Yeah, basically do a point a VChibi reviews type of shit. But the thing is with Kodiak is that Kodiak is a freaking small, tiny ass nobody that nobody gives a shit about. And you also have to remember, Mama Oko is also one of those blubbering freaking retards that he either has a good point or he's just the most, basically the biggest freaking retard in the room.
And also, don't forget, Mama Oko is a BNWO VTuber.
Not just that. You also have to remember as well, Mama Oko is also a huge defender of VChibi reviews.
Yeah, true, but... And of course, although, funnily enough, in another timeline, Kodiak might be trying to cozy up to me, but, well, because of someone else he had a falling out with, but that is for another time.
Spoilers. So let's finish this up before we get too off the weeds.
Yeah,
let's
here in the
finish
Discord,
this up.
please. It was never for them. They would have never been any of my viewers. Look at any of their profiles and realize I angered the group of people that would have banned in my chat anyway, literally. I did this apology not only for me, but for my community to be able to move on. I personally think I could genuinely think someone else is a piece of shit while realizing I'm in the wrong for doing something too.
True. Two things can be
Then,
true
this
at
is
the
her
same
private
time.
DM to me. Now, I want you to know the time frame here on when this private DM she sent to me, by the way.
Uh-oh, we're leaking DMs.
At this point in time, I was blocked. I've been blocked for days. I covered that already, showcased that, and she unblocked me. I believe I'm still unblocked at the time. She probably blocked me after I upload this video. But basically, she unblocked me, and she sent me this private DM. Now, I wasn't going to show this or anything like that, because it's a private DM. And, you know, this is not really...
And yet, here you are.
Let's be honest, this is not...
Yeah,
Jimmy.
after you didn't get the apology you wanted because, you know, you didn't fucking deserve it in the first place. And honestly, had I been her, I would have just I wouldn't have not even, like, apologized at that point.
True. But, you know, some of us are based and some of us are only slightly based. She said, and here's the thing, like, Chibi, generally my bad for making you remember something that traumatized you. I had no idea when I made that first message, right? She's basically saying, like, I didn't know you were having ideations over that situation or I wouldn't have brought it up, right? I think that's fair enough. Like, I don't care, because I think he's baiting, but I can see where she's just saying, like, I didn't mean that specific thing. Everything else, though, is still on the table.
Hold on.
Yeah?
Never mind, we're good. Enough, and it was just Jasmine was trying to call me for whatever reason.
Oh, okay. I could have started the video.
Not really an apology here, but it's better than the big public statement she made. And I was just gonna be like, you know what, screw it, I don't care anymore. But
then
when
why did
I
you make
saw
this
these
video?
Discord messages and
'Cause
her
he
basically
cares.
saying that she did not make the apology for them, quote unquote, me and everybody else on the internet, and basically said everybody on the internet that's calling her a hypocrite was never her fans to begin with, even though her own fans are calling her out as well, I think really just goes to show that
Are her own fans calling her out? That's a lot of likes and hearts and things like that. I don't think so.
Especially not on her own Discord server at that.
Yeah, right. You're talking about, like, it is her Discord with her fans. They are supporting her, but Chibi just likes to say stuff, right?
everything she
I mean,
said in the
what's new at that point?
private DM to me was not actually an apology. And she's trying to play both sides. She's trying to apologize, but also keep her fan base happy to where she doesn't look like she's, quote unquote, bending the knee. And,
Again,
look,
and here's the thing that
let's
fucking annoys
finally
me with
get
this, and this
into
is,
the whole-
I'm going to give a little bit of shit to Demi here. Girl, you should have just completely not even have apologized to this fucking loser, because now he's just going to do his little annoying ass spiel and trying to use you as a victim, and then you're going to have freaking the goddamn vultures like Rev says, Desu, and all the other fucking tards trying to milk this as well.
Yeah, just this whole situation was a nothing burger that they tried to milk, and in the long run, she ended up giving
Very
them...
tempted to start something with Chibi now as a result of this. It's
Yeah.
just so I can show Demi how it's actually done.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
like I
it's-
said, this guy's a freaking. That is, if you're lucky enough. If he doesn't block you first, you have to remember that, because Shibi's also a massive fucking pussy. He likes to talk shit, but he's very heavy on the block button. Very heavy.
Yeah, I'm blocked. Funny enough, I got blocked after I did my stream talking about him, which is weird because, like, back then I was maybe 20 subs or something like that. But I ended up getting blocked.
Was that a stream I was with you in? Was that regarding the whole suicide thing?
No, that was when I had gone through his entire history.
I mean, like I said,
yeah,
I mean, he
has me. He
has had me blocked for a while now, but I was calling him out for a bit, but eventually he just decided to upright and block me. And he knows who I am, by the way. Like, he's actually commented after I got suspended on Twitter. I'm not sure if it was because I was getting mass report or Twitter detected me as a bot because I was tweeting a lot that day because I was like having jet lag from coming back from my trip in the Philippines. So, and that was when I was getting put on blast by Leaflet. So I got suspended, and he did mention.
I'd rather have kids exposed to Lolicon than risk them finding out about trans people, woman.
Yeah, Leaflet, the little, like, as I like to, Leaflet is basically just what I like to call the retarded female Jordan Peterson of VTubing.
Yeah.
What's her equivalent to that cock milking tweet?
Like, like this girl is genuinely like. On top of that, she's like one of the biggest freaking AI shows out there, which is really fucking hilarious. And then she has the gall to call herself an artist. It's like, shut the fuck up, cunt.
I have a friend of mine named Syndicate who actually was a fan of the stuff that Leaflet did for League of Legends, and while she's also been pretty vocal about condemning Leaflet.
I mean, like, at this point, I'll be honest with you. Point being, Chibi actually made a post regarding this when the Dragons T and Espiritu were kind of like talking shit after I got suspended, and I was surprised. I'm actually surprised it took this long for him to get suspended or whatever. So he was one of the people who actually supported my harassers and my doxers. So he knows who I am. He knows well. Like, he knows who I am. He's familiar with me. He's been freaking, like, keeping tabs on me at this point. So I know Chibi knows damn well who the fuck I am.
True. Well, Chibi has a habit of, he blocks people.
But he also keeps tab on them. But that's not just Chibi. Rev does that too. All these fucking dorks that you make videos on, that you criticize.
I was wondering if Rev knows who I am because as I actually shared that post where Rev's wife was outed for ERPing with a pedophile.
But again, you also have to remember, Rev basically is the type of person who keeps tabs on people, but if he doesn't have a reason to milk you, he's not going to respond to you. And this is something that I've learned from one of my mutuals. Rev deliberately avoids trying to get into situations or making videos on topics that might get him into hot water. Like, he's an actual freaking coward, like the guy. And there's a reason why he waited, like why he didn't bat for Chibi when the whole freaking, like, when he was getting put on blast by the commentary community, because A, he didn't want to get in the crossfire, and B, there was no defending Chibi during that time. The reason why he chose to go bat for him now is because the commentary community's ire is off of Chibi at the moment, and it's on Ethan Klein. And the drama with Demi is more niche. It's more around his area of expertise.
Yeah.
So at the same time, not only does he avoid the ire of the commentary community because they're too busy, like, on Ethan Klein, but he's also
funnily enough, Rev
he's also
having to dick ride Ethan Klein a while back.
Oh yeah, well, he still dick ride him. Like, he stopped dick riding him the moment that he saw that the whole lawsuit was probably not going to go his way. Like, he stopped dick riding him the moment Denim's got a win. And again, like I said, this is very convenient for Rev because he was all over this lawsuit, but the moment that Denim's got a win, he just backed off. And he didn't go and defend Chibi during when the commentary community was having his field day on with him. So
of course Chibi immediately forgave Rev the second Rev claimed that he misspoke about Lolicon.
Oh yeah. Chibi was one of the first ones to actually try and go and throw him under the bus, to a point where even Straub and Rev were kind of having like a kind of their back and forth with him.
Yeah, I mean, I remember some of that you're talking about, or like they used to fight, but now they're friends, kind of stuff.
Yeah, but no, they fought, but then they made up. and all that stuff. But the thing is that they didn't come to bat for him. Like when Chibi was getting put on blast by the commentary community, they didn't bat for him.
Oh yeah, they don't.
They
They
didn't
don't
bat
want
for
that
him
kind of
because
smoke.
yeah, they didn't want that kind of smoke. And like I said, me personally, my speculation is that, like again, Rev is afraid of the commentary community. He doesn't want to fuck with them, so he tries to avoid them at all cost. And the reason why he's defending him now and why he didn't defend him when Shibi was the punching bag of the commentary community is because he didn't want that smoke. He stopped covering Ethan the moment that the commentary community started actually talking more about him. So do you kind of like notice like the switch up there? As soon as he sees that there's a tide shift and that something might get him on people's radar, he backs off and goes to something else. And in this particular case, the pattern was very obvious. He didn't defend Shibi during when he was the punching bag of the commentary community, but now he's not defending Ethan anymore. Now that he's the punching bag of the commentary community, so he is trying to avoid them as much as he can. And eventually, he's going to fuck up, and the commentary community is going to go after him.
Yeah, true. Let's keep going. I mean, it'll be funny to see the commentary community go after him and actually see someone dig up some stuff on him. I mean, Rob's Media has made one on Chibi. We'll see if it's anything new.
I mean, like I said, the stuff to dig up on Rev, like from what I've seen, he isn't all that damning. It's just fucking embarrassing. That's it.
Yeah, I think that if anything damning ever leaks about Rev, that would get the commentary community to actually like turn on him. Like the closest thing I can think of is Rev defending Usagi, but unfortunately Usagi is not really that well known. Like if Usagi actually got like covered by a big commentary channel, then I think the commentary community could be talked.
But even there, and here that's the thing. That's the thing, and like you said in your video regarding that, it could be a slip up because he's too stupid to not do his research on that.
Like at the very least, like I could see like a commentary streamer bringing this up as like a what the hell were you thinking? Not looking into that sort of thing.
But
I don't think it would cause like Turkey Tom or Jay Aubrey to do like a full breakdown.
But that's the thing. Like I said, when it comes to Rev, like all there is to dig up is the fact that he was a fucking like an embarrassing fucking gooter. There's really not that much to dig up about the dude. Like he doesn't have, and if he does have,
we have gotten off topic. Sorry about that.
We can't have Simon on stream without going into Rev at some point.
I'm still Easter. This is just in my this whole drama is like in my niche at the moment, so that's why I'm kind of like getting more into it.
So I'm a very forgiving person. I am. Like, I do believe.
No, you're not.
I believe that if someone
you literally try silencing criticism by freaking having
I would accept it.
Little group, a mass flagging group, like shut up, you're not forgiving at all.
Yeah, definitely not.
I've done it before. There's
Cap,
quite a few people that have
Cap.
hated me and have slandered me. They apologized to me, and I let bygones be bygones. It's happened. And that was it. We never brought it up again. Simple. However, this situation is very troublesome for me. And the reason for that is because I was going to just be like...
You would almost say it's problematic.
Like, I know you're not sincere, but let it go because of the private DM afterwards. But when I found out in the middle of this, when this private DM was made prior to this, or after this, she made those Discord messages, basically saying that it wasn't for me, the apology or anything.
That's right, Josh.
It more or less is a statement that this is just all fake. Now, obviously it is, but yeah, come on. She only apologized because of just the overwhelming backlash that she has gotten in the last week.
Hey, this guy is like delusional.
Yeah, the ultimate backlash from your little fucking like circle jerk of fucking chuds and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Of all your little lolly degenerates and your cult of unwashed losers, that's the backlash she got. I wouldn't even say backlash at this point. She got brigaded by you and your little fucking circle jerk at this point. Coordinated, even.
Yeah.
And
This
so,
has certainly been a fun
obviously,
stream.
That
I'd be
it
more
has.
than happy to tune in for future streams if you want on a VTuber's perspective on things.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been glad to have you on. If you
I'm
want,
pretty
come
sure.
on. Huh?
I mean,
can even
Andre.
bring a few of my friends, and if you need like other VTubers' perspectives.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always looking for more people to talk about. I've like skirted the outside of the VTuber community a little bit with a couple of dramas that have happened. Simon sent some my way we've looked at. It's been a while.
I mean, Andreas is probably more like engrossed in the whole VTuber sphere and whatever. I'm more so engrossed into the VTuber sphere, like specific individuals that were part of the whole Gamergate 2 movement and anti-woke movement. But Andreas has more of a broader extent of it. Like, there's some stuff he knows I was never aware about. So, pretty much, you want a VTuber guy, he's your man.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're available on Wednesday, we'll watch the Rob's Media one, and then
I
if
am
we have
probably
time,
going to be available.
Okay, then we'll plan for it, and then if after that, I'll probably go into Kodiak if we have time. Kodak. How many pages is that document that's on him? Like,
I have a copy of that in case saved in case someone took it down.
Good.
I will admit that there was some stuff that I read which it seemed to come across as if it questionable. Like, let me pull it up. Like 66 pages.
Okay, that's not bad. We might be able to get through that after the Rob's Media. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll plan on finishing Chibi reviews on Wednesday, and then Rob's Media. Rob's Media on Wednesday, and then we will go right into fucking Kodiak and see what the sex pest allegations are. But thank you for coming on, guys.
I will say that there is nothing you can't show on stream in the document. Like, in case you're
good,
like you're not going to have to worry about his little brother showing up randomly.
Good. I was gonna have to look through it and see. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for coming by. It's nice to meet you, Andres. We'll talk more. I'm sure in the future. So if you haven't liked the stream, guys, go ahead and like the stream. Subscribe if you enjoyed yourself out here tonight, and we will be back on Wednesday. See you later, Mike.